Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NECC Valorant Semifinals. Today we've got none other than Sacramento State going up against Hood College for the first spot in the grand finals this season. I've got Voltage here with me. What's up, Voltage?
What's happening, man? I've unfortunately had to miss the first two games. So Hood did make it past CSUDH2, which is a solid squad here. They are sitting at the number 4 spot with 3-3 record. No, that's CSUDH. I'm lying. Hood 3-2.
We're figuring it out. It's all good.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. It's only the start of a 2 best-of-3 tonight, so there's gonna be lots more matches come on, and hopefully me and Voltage figure it out by the end tonight. It's gonna be a long one. We are expecting both of these series to be a long series tonight, as both these teams in both games, all 4 teams, are very solid squads. So who knows how long we end up going tonight, of how quality the gameplay is going to be tonight.
I mean, at this point, we're late enough in the playoffs and the semifinals that it's going to be quality gameplay, quality gunplay, to say the least, from everybody. It's just how well these teams work together at this point. So I'm excited to see that. We recognize a few of these players, at least during the regular season. All of these players, and all of them are very, very solid.
100%, and we're going to see just how solid here today. I just got a quick note from our sponsors. Just want to thank all of our sponsors that have been around here today, making sure that we can stream these playoffs, making sure that we can do the things that we do, and making sure that me and Voltage can sit here in front of you all today. Thank you to ESTV for being our linear TV partner and making sure that they're everywhere for us, and that the NECC goes pretty much everywhere, as you can download them now on Samsung TV Plus, Roku, and Vizio, and so many more. Thank you for HyperX for sponsoring our headphones, which you can see currently on my casting and producer manager, as well as on Voltage here. Thank you also to none other than MetaPro Gaming for setting up our website and doing a whole bunch of other things for our schools and players all around, as well as just one final thank you to Helix Esports for making sure that we could do a whole bunch of things, and be sure to watch out for the Combine early in the 2021 year. But as we start to get to go into this game and let the players get ready, is there anything that you're keenly looking for on Bind as the first map here?
Well, it's a map where it's hard to enter sites at times. So the attacking team needs to work together to use their utility wisely here, to get onto the site. But at the same time, you don't want to play your hand too heavily. If all 5 rush in at the same time and say they're 5 stacking a site because that's all you've been able to win, uh, then you're just kind of dead in the water because it's so hard to enter.
As we're starting to see the picks and bans come out here, as you guys can see, the only lock-in right now is Mystic Shadow on Sova from the defending squad here of Hood College. But we've got a bunch of different things going on from the CSUDH, or CSUS side, sorry. So used to saying CSUDH. Sacramento State, also a California State University school, is kind of going with a little bit more of a default comp here with Omen, Jet, Cypher, Breach, and Raze on Darien there. However, as Hood College logs in here, we now know exactly what they're going to be picking with Reyna, Sova, Killjoy, Omen, and Jet, which is a lot of a quicker comp, but also kind of more of those not really what you're seeing in the professional scene, which means that this comp coming out for Hood College could be something that actually challenges Sacramento State into changing how they think about approaching Hood College here.
Yeah, we're probably going to be looking to see Bubbles as Killjoy playing with effects, or Little Smudge. Both of those are very strong attacking players. They're going to have good gunplay if they're anything like the agents that they chose on a site. And then on the other side of things, we're going to see a lot of lead from Darien is what I'm expecting, because Darien is the only, well, no, Quiz is there too as Jet. Darien is playing Raze, Quiz is playing Jet. Those are going to be the ones that you're going to be looking to enter that site and really take that control here.
Hood is on the left side of your screen. I'm not 1,000% sure if that's the right graphic we have, but So, as my producer's letting me know, we are still downloading the other graphic that is allowing us to show Hood on the left. So while the graphic's going to go up that is Hood on the right now, just know that it's not actually accurate for the next few minutes here as we're getting that other graphic downloaded. Large file sizes, gotta love it. As we're stepping in, we're seeing pretty much defaults come out from both teams here as we're starting to lean more towards A from the attacking side of Sacramento State, but Hood College with a 3-2, 3 on A, 2 on B default coming out here. Nothing really too crazy.
Yeah, you see Quiz leading his team into that lamp area. All of them are going to be stuck over here, though, with those smokes up.
Nothing really happening. No damage being taken. Effects pushing in the bathrooms, just making sure to control. Cypher leaning back behind. Couple damage being traded. Omen from the defending side of Hood taking a bit of damage there. One teleport coming in. We got a B-side lean. Darian getting taken down into U-Haul right there. Nothing really too crazy. Effects being seen out. Flanking.
Mystic.
There on B-side.
Mystic is ready to deny this. He gets 2 of them, but gets taken out from Kaizen up in Buka. Effects with the late rotate for Hood College.
Quiz taking out one with a quick right click. Guys taking another. Quiz taking another. And right as Hood College has the advantage, they don't anymore. And Sacramento State takes the round with Quiz grabbing a nice, clean 3-piece right there.
Yeah, sorry, towards the end, I was enjoying just watching for a moment. I don't know if you saw my face during a couple of those shots.
It's all good as we get into this. This is what Valorant's about, enjoying the gameplay, and that is why we're sitting in Twitch chat right now, just enjoying the gameplay coming out from Sacramento State right here. Good first round, a nice clean play, but also great lurk coming out from the Hood College Sova, being able to grab 2 out on site before dying.
Yeah, absolutely. Mystic set himself up perfectly after his teammates alerted him of the rotate via teleporter. At this point, CSU, or sorry, I almost said CSU, CSU, Sacramento State, moving forward, short A. Quiz takes out Effects, one Jet takes out another, as Darian's trying to lead the way. He does have Spike, or he did have Spike as they were entering the site, and it was dropped to his teammate.
Spike planted.
He's putting it down right now. That's going to be Rux putting the Spike down, and it's going to be a 2v4 situation as 2 players from Hood College, Mystic Shadows and Ben Lee, are going to be trying to retake this site.
As we currently see Ben Lee behind, still with that pistol though, because they did lose the first round, so he didn't end up buying anything, but he's looking right at Cypher. He's going right behind him, and he gets one before getting...
Oh,
and he's not being taken down. Darian grabbing the one as Ben Lee going down to that. Mystic Shadow not able to grab the refrag onto Darian there. Good little play from both sides, but a better play in the save round coming out from Hood College on the defending side here.
Yeah, did you see how low Darian was?
Darian was 1 HP. That was some sneaky movement on site there.
I was like, you got him. Come on. Just able to avoid those shots and then retreat to his teammates who were able to clean up the final kill there. I mean, at this point, it's a very heavy, like the pistols, like the beginning rounds before you have full buys and all like that. It's very one-sided outside of Mystic Shadow's play to be lurking there as CSU, sorry.
Sacramento State. CSU, yeah, it's still CSU. You're right about that. It's just Sacramento State as well. As we start getting in here, we're seeing a little bit of a push come out from Darian going into bathrooms here. Ruckus taking out Little Smudge on that B market area. As we start to see, they're starting to lean towards A here.
Yeah, it's going to be the 3rd time that they push A first. The Spike is heading this way with them as Quiz leads from short out the site here. Oh, and Effects almost making a play there on Rux, but Rux too quick with the Vandal. Spike goes down, and once again, we got a 2v4 situation in favor of Sacramento State.
As Darian's going to be seen out here on triple boxes as Ben Lee's looking for the kill. And we're looking, Sova moving into U-Haul here on the A side. We're going to see one Quiz grabbing Ben Lee and Kaizen grabbing Mystic Shadows for the 3rd round in a row. Sacramento State leading.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it's down to the 2 players playing B to come over and help over on the A site once those 3 players go down. It's just so hard to retake at that point. As hard as it is to get onto site for the attackers, it's just as hard for the defenders because they're basically taking the same route.
Something that we haven't seen is a full buy come out from Sacramento State. They just picked up the guns from last round. They literally just said, hey, I know you guys bought. They're mine now. We won this round. And because of that, they're sitting pretty with almost $30,000 sitting in their bank accounts right now.
Yeah, that is such a smart play. I mean, a Bulldog, 2 Vandals, 2 Phantoms. They are sitting pretty as the spike is sitting in that linked area, and they are spread out, but they're looking to make a push on A one more time, 4th time in a row. They're going to be initiating attacks on A as Mystic Shadow is able to get out of there for the time being, and he retreats back with a shock dart. What a smart play. But Quiz has his aimed train onto that site, just missing the shots there a little too late. And is the rotate coming out?
Mystic Shadows just being a little smart play right there, making sure that he isn't killed. But Sacramento State knows that he's taking a ton of damage and knows that when they do end up finding him the next time, they'll have the advantage going into that next fight. But they're starting to lean over here into the hookah area, pushing over their jet effects and their breach with Psycho into that long area, making sure that their presence is known, and then backing right off as they've pulled Killjoy
30
off
seconds
of A.
left.
This is a brilliant strat as both effects and Psycho move into that teleporter. It's now 5v1 on A here. We're gonna fight Mystic and Bathroom. Mystic grabbing 1, but Quiz immediately changing that out. Darian looking for the kill here, just outside. Quiz grabbing another one. Effects.
Spike planted.
And we've got a site hold right now. Sacramento State. Quiz grabbing one of the bubbles into that heaven area.
Yeah, what I was going to say on that is it looked like much more of an even fight, and it is. As Ben is on site, ready to defuse once he feels safe enough, and it's all up to Little Smudge, and it's just not enough. It's going to be 4 rounds in a row going to Sacramento State. Quiz currently sitting at 9-0.
Darian having a nice play, though, right there, as Darian isolating 1v1s on site, grabbing the first kill onto none other than Ben Lee, and then turning around and being able to fight Lil Smudge head-on in a 1v1. And this is what we saw from Hood College. When their 2 top frags, Effects and Lil Smudge, are shut down in the first round, they weren't able to do anything, which is why that first round was so tight this weekend. But when they're on and when they're popping off, they're effectively playing and effectively managing each other. Hood College is able to run away with the match, but right now, Sacramento State just shutting down those Smudge and Effects.
Yeah, it looks like the first time that they're going to be pushing B first is going to be in the 5th round, as Darian and Rupp are in the hookah area.
Get out of my way.
And then, Quiz and Psycho moving through Garden. Darian with a nade kill there, and they're on the site effectively.
Nice little clean take, but you can see that was practice. Those ultimates came out together, and no one knew what to do but back off and just wait for those ultimates to be planted. As we see a 4v5 retake, the biggest retake so far, as Kazan takes out Bubbles into CT. 1 on site, Psycho grabbing Ben Lee, Lil Smudge trading out Darian. Seeing Effects going to hookah here, grabbing 1 more. And it's a 3v2 situation. 3v2 kind of half. Cypher's 1 shot. Lil Smudge grabbing Kaizen straight for that 1-shot Cypher, as we've got Breach and Jet in long here, and that is it.
Yeah, Breach about to flash out. Psycho flashes effects. He moves through the smokes to bring the offensive back the other way, and it works out as Little Smudge gets a 4K in round number 5.
Lil Smudge finally showing that he still can frag, doesn't matter what team it's against, and Lil Smudge taking the top of the leaderboard for Hood College and the first round.
Yeah, first round, that was an important round, because once they start running with it, I mean, they were running with it already, but if they kept them any of that momentum going forward, it's going to be a tough mental battle to come back from.
Yeah, and as we say, collegiate esports is a lot more of a mental battle, and Hood College at the receiving end of how to keep that mental fortitude up during this Valorant game so far. And Sacramento State just doing what they do best and making sure that they execute shots.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, they are executing their strats effectively, but that time it didn't work. They're looking to go towards B again. The second round in a row, and that's surprising to me as they've just favored and have won every round that they started at A.
See an early ultimate come out here from Mystic, making sure that he knows that Darian's gonna get hit once by it. She's gonna be down to 8 HP. So Raze down to 7 HP on the site here. You start to see some smokes come out. Bentley being seen there. Darian grabbing one on the Bentley. Reaching Raze, pushing into this elbow area. Is a 4v5 again. Effects grabbing one of the Kaiser on the site there. As Darian's going to be looking for not only the jet, but also the ultimate there. Darian grabbing one, just going to bail out of the ultimate after that. Great little pick. Quiz grabbing another on the Mystic Shadows in that CT area. Bubbles with a great flash there. Psycho grabbing two with the second onto Lil Smudge there.
The timing on that flash from Psycho could not have been more perfect. He was able to flash out and almost dance around Bubbles at that point. He over-strafed, I guess is the best word, and just was like, yeah, you can't see me. I'll do what I want for now.
Apparently over-strafed is exactly what you needed there, because Bubble didn't even hit him once.
It was a tough play for Bubbles, who currently is, like the bin and Effects, currently 2-6. They need to start working together as a team here and getting some frags of their own, as Effects is the only other duelist on the team. But right now, we're going to see the defensive players shine like Sova and Mystic Shadow. He's been doing pretty well, currently sitting at 3-6.
Well, Effects here, not going to be able to see this Omen. Omen's going to be able to grab one. Omen's going to be able to grab two. And this is the problem we saw with Hood College the last time we streamed them. Hood College, way more aggressive on the defensive side than they need to be. And Sacramento State obviously watched the VOD footage of the last time they played them because they're just waiting for Hood College to make mistakes right now.
Oh, and the rotate comes out from Mystic Shadows and Little Smudge. But then the same rotate comes out on the side of Sacramento State. If they push... Oh, and the rotate back that I just noticed, they're going to have nobody on site. They're going to be able to get down, plant it, as Hood College is frantically trying to get over to the B site, as all 5 players have just entered the B site, and they're going to have to try to retake it. Blind coming out from Rux. Almost picks up one. I almost spoke too soon there. Little Smudge shutting it down with the judge.
Got a 4v3 on the side here. Quiz grabbing one on the rotating behind Sova. Psycho grabbing Bubbles again. It's a 4v1 situation. They know where he is. Looks like going down to Psycho again. And that's the end of that round. Hood College with a mistake early in the round, causing them to go down 6-1.
Yeah, currently the Hood College money is fine right now. Like Bubbles the only one having to buy half shields. But if they lose this round after everything that they can buy, it's going to be they're almost guaranteeing 2 rounds go in favor of Sacramento State here if they lose this.
And because of the credit situation and how the credit situation has been for the last few rounds, we're going to see a lot of challenges come out. And Hood College, we've already seen it. They've saved 4 times in this half so far, 2 of which were the first 2 pistol rounds. So they've saved four times in this half so far, just purely due to the fact that Sacramento State's winning and continually winning.
Yeah, as Darian working together with Psycho in the bathroom area, picking up the ultimate orb. And it's just, look, Ben Lee is the only one over at B. If they rotated to their teammates and linked quickly.
Almost grabbing the first kill here on site to Psycho.
Yeah, Psycho does go down.
Like you said.
Ben
Lee, Effects grabbing another kill on the quiz here. Defensive side finally doing exactly what they need to do. But Ben Lee was the only person on the B. And that's because Mystic Shadows has been trying to over-rotate and be able to pre-compensate for CSUS because of what they've been doing so far. They feel like they don't have enough people on site to be able to handle them. In all reality, when CSUS and when we've seen Hood College previously play, all they need to do is back up off site so that they can let their teammates help them with the retake, as Effects is going to be able to see all 3 here in short. They know they're going A.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they pick up the spike there, and if Mystic Shadow pushed out of Hookah any more, like 10 seconds ago, he was going to be able to see that spike down, as Mystic Shadow puts down Darian with that spike and is able to retreat.
I know exactly what
Shadow making a slight mistake there of getting back into
10 seconds left.
As Omen's been seen in long, they know where he is. If they don't check it, CSUS rocks taking out Ben Lee after Ben Lee grabs Kaizen Strafe.
That's going to be the second round in favor of Hood, and they played that perfectly. Outside of maybe a little bit of a over-rotate from Mystic that worked out in the end, it was a very well-executed defensive round by them.
Yes.
Turn out.
As we're about to get the updated overlay for Twitch chat here with the proper teams on the proper sides, we're getting into the situation of Hood College either kind of realizing that they need to play more defensively on the defensive side, or CSUS start thinking, hey, Hood College figured out, hey, how we're rotating and what we're doing. We should probably change it up a little bit, which is what they've done. They're going with a 2-2 with one lurk on A in Cypher, rather than what you've seen previously, which is a 1-2-2-1. Or 1-1-2, sorry. 2-1. Wow, that was hard to do. Math is hard. As we start to see two people peek out, and Effects was seen onto that A site there. Quiz being able to see one Effects grabbing Quiz, and one in the favor of Hood College here.
Yeah, that was Quiz trying to take out the turret that they've placed strategically on the site. That's kind of a default spot for the turret. Darian throws a nade in the corner, finishes off what Quiz started. Darian just sitting in hookah, but nobody knows the spike is starting to head over to A, and Psycho's rotate may have given that away as Kaiser gets blinded by Ben Lee. 4v4, and they're heading over towards A. Bubbles and Mystic Shadow trade with Psycho, and Kaizen getting two of their own there, each side with two players remaining. Spike going down at the hands of Psycho, and Bubbles and Little Smudge, the two top fraggers so far, are going to have to retake this site.
Yeah, something you didn't see, there was a massive B fight come out there as Bubbles and none other than Rux were taken down by Mystic Shadows, and a whole kind of honesty, Hellfire shots going on. Cycle grabs one. It's a 1v1 here on Bomb. Is Little Smudge. Cuss goes down. Bomb is halfway. Psycho does know that. Little Smudge grabs Psycho, and that's going to be the third round for Hood College, mounting a slight comeback at the halfway point of this half, kind of. Well, not halfway point, a little bit further on.
We're 9 out of 12 rounds into it, heading into the 10th round here. So at that fault line by Psycho was perfectly timed. You thought the bomb went halfway. It pulled Little Smudge off the spike, and they had to re-disarm it. I forget the word that they use, but it was such a perfectly timed fault line.
I didn't actually notice that. That's crazy that you point that out, because in all honesty, that allowed Breach to sit back and wait a little while longer for Little Smudge to make a mistake. And because of that, Little Smudge and Breach, honestly, there's a couple things that happened there, but Little Smudge could have made the mistake instead of Psycho there making the mistake. And wow, that totally changes how that round could have played out. Effects grabbing Psycho, though. He's not going to be able to do it again this round. Effects grabbing 2 into that long area. And CSUS not having the same chance that they had last round, being down 2 again for the second time this half at the start of the round.
Yeah, 3v5 in favor of Hood College, and Darian and Effects are in a fight out right near hookah. Decide to dip along with their Omen Rux, who Ben Lee went down and all that. Sorry, 4v3, still in favor of Hood though, but the rotate is happening quickly. Mystic, the only one currently there. Little Smudge trying to rotate back for Hood. Battle going on. Mystic takes out Kaizen. It's going to be a 4v2. Hood mounting the comeback of a century after going 4 rounds in a row to Sacramento State. This is the opportunity to do 3 rounds in a row and continue this comeback.
To see the teleporter come out, Raina might have this there. Effects grabbing 1, and Rux's last one, and Bubbles grabs that kill. And we're starting to see an actual surprise pop-up from Bubbles. The last time we've seen Bubbles, she bottom fragged all the games she was on stream. However, this time on stream, she's showing us that she can be an integral part to this Hood College team.
Yeah, absolutely. Currently, like I was saying that they were doing, who was it? Mystic Shadows doing well at 3 and 6 earlier because they were second in kills. Currently, Little Smudge sitting at 9 and 6, and Effects almost going positive at 7 and 8. they have turned this game around, and it's back to a more competitive round than the first or game than the first 6.
I pointed that out earlier. In order for CSUS to win this handedly, they were going to have to beat Lil Smudge and FX into submission, as this game so far has been dominated by Lil Smudge and FX in terms of when they win rounds. They both get kills as a guarantee. If Hood College is going to win the rounds, FX and Lil Smudge are on the board at one point or another. FX just predicting Darian with the shoulder shot. And what a great kill there to start that round.
No, Psycho to throw that flash overpeaked, and his elbow was sticking out just the tiniest bit, and the confidence to shoot that shot was impressive.
As Quizlet grabbing Psycho there, making sure that he can't do that again. As that was an unreal play there. As you start to see a B push come out here from none other than CSU pushing into that B site. Sova, again, Mystic using his ultimate way before he ever should, and not able to get a single tag with it because of that. Sova using her ult in that elbow area. We see an Omen TP come out from behind, so he's long, and he's going to see the other Omen here. Bentley grabbing Rux, Kaizen grabbing Lil Smudge, and Mystic grabbing Kaizen as a refrag right there. And we've got a 1v3 situation for Sacramento State.
Hood trying to bring it within a round. As Bubbles is defusing, Mystic Shadow shut down Quiz as he was trying to stop the defuse.
And that was a great little peek there. As soon as Quiz tried to peek out on the defuse, all 3 of the players were in front of him. There wasn't any way he was hitting all 3 of them with knives.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic play there from Mystic Shadows to just read Quiz's mind. He was a mind reader at that point, as looks like Sacramento State are setting up for what was working early game, a full team push onto the A site. They've kept lurkers around over towards B, waiting for a Hood to push a little bit too much. Kaizen's heading out towards that mid area to support on short, but it's going to be Little Smudge and Ben Lee
Get out of my way!
defending the A site as Little Smudge takes out Psycho. And a trade going back the other way. Ben Lee picking up Darian. Effects with an op picking up Quiz, and it's quickly a 4v2 to tie it up at half. Last round of the half. Rux was trying to set the spike down, not able to do so. Effects shut him down. Kaizen going back to Ben, taking him out. They know where he is. It's a 1v3, almost impossible to win. And Mystic Shadow is going to be the one to pick up that final kill.
You start to see effects falling into their gameplay as they're starting to get that little stutter flick getting in, and with getting these nice little flicks. And you see the high-level players, they can't sit still. Most of these high-level players just absolutely cannot sit still. And if you ever watch effects and how he plays, his gameplay is just so stuttery. He's flicking so much, and because of that, you start to see him get these kills of these little slight just changes of how he's moving his mouse.
Yeah, I'm currently watching Effects viewpoint here, and we'll be able to talk a little bit more about it as it's happening. As first round of the second half and game number 1 of the semifinals, winner of this best 2 out of 3 series moves on to face the winner of the next series. And this is a very important round here, as when we saw Quiz and the rest of Sacramento State get a momentum going early in the first half, they kept that momentum going until Hood had to make some great plays to bring it back the other way.
Effects looking to try and push in his bomb site, but the Omen Smoke just blocking that kind of line of sight. We've got 3 long, 2 hookah here, as we start to see the rotate come out from Sacramento State on the defensive side here. And now here's a key point. Sacramento State pushed all the way up short, didn't see a single person. Because of that, now they're leaning over towards the B site, but they've left 2 players on A just in case the rotate comes out. So Hood College, when this rotate does come out, Sacramento State will be able to adapt to that and hopefully keep a player alive before Hood College gets everyone that is on this A site. Currently, that is Quiz and Psycho.
Yeah, I do want to mention that they have left Little Smudge lurking and garden in case somebody try to rotate via teleporter.
Effects grabbing one, but Psycho showing his
30
presence.
seconds
Psycho
left.
grabbing Effects as a refrag. Mystic Shadow grabbing Psycho. And we've got a kind of trade-off here is what's going on. Bubbles grabbing Darian, and we've got a 4v2 advantage for Hood College, not wanting to back down after being
Spike
down
planted.
6-1 at the 7th round and a half. Now it's 6-6 with Spike down at a 4-2 advantage in his pistol round.
Yeah, Bubbles hurt down to 22 HP, but put up the alarm
One
button
enemy
bot,
remaining.
or sorry, the nade. So it's very important that she stays alive to be able to activate that. As one swarm grenade goes out, Ruff moving through a smoke. Smoke goes away. He's able to pick up a little smudge. It's going to be a
One
1v2,
remaining.
but the health of Mystic Shadow was just too low.
Grenade out.
And the swarm grenade comes out, but a little bit too late as it gets shot. And Rux with a 4K in round number 1 of the second half, getting the lead back.
That's an amazing little play there from Rux as he went into that bomb site with next to no health, taking out the only person on the Hood College side that had health, and then fighting 2 players who were less than half of their HP left. And because of that, Rux was able to just get 2 quick flicks on them and take the 7th round and the first round in 5 rounds that Sacramento State has been able to win.
Yeah, I mean, at this, like you said, it's been 5 rounds since they've won a round. And Hood College definitely brought the momentum back the other way. It's going to be very interesting if Sacramento State will continue like that first half, where that momentum is going to carry them.
And like we said, it's a mental game. It's all about the mental game. Who's going to continually play the mental game better? As Valorant's a long series, as we get into this best of 3 here, it's just a long series. As each game, winner has to win by either 2 or first to 13. So if we go into overtime here, Effects with the knife on the Psycho and you all. That's amazing. It's a good little start to the game right here as we see it rotate come out from B site, and no other kills have been gotten yet. As we're seeing they're rotating back. They knew the defending side from Sacramento State was going to rotate over this fast. So because of that, it's going to be a 4v4 going into this B site, and only Cypher's there to be ready for it right now.
Kaizen meets up with Effects. He had to reload the shotgun after using it to take out Psycho before the knife came out.
Rock's grabbing one looking for the other. Quiz grabbing one in elbow there. And grabbing another onto Ben Lee. And what a good finish to that round. But we have to talk about that knife. What happened?
Yeah, the secondary shotgun, I use it so little I don't even know the name of it.
Shorty.
Came out. The shorty came out and they got 2 shots off, but it wasn't enough, and they decided to finish it off with the knife onto Psycho. It was very well played by Effects.
And as we're stepping into this next round, we're starting to see that default come out from the attacking team of Hood College here, who haven't figured it out on a push onto A or B, which means that it's going to be more of a kind of lineup where you have this Omen lurking, Reyna's going to be going to the bathrooms, Jeff's looking down A short, and we did have someone going to hookah, but they've kind of gone more towards bathrooms here, as we're going to see Rays on these boxes here on the defending side. Darian playing it safe with the stinger and just making sure that she knows Reyna, the Reyna from No Smudge, no idea that Darian is where he is. See if this corner gets checked, as the eyeball is going to come out.
Yeah, if it does come out, that'd be a perfect flash. Does not turn around. Oh, but Effects does. Great shot, great teamwork there to push as a team. Knows his team is flashed. Tries to hide and wait until the flash goes away. Effects and Little Smudge, the 2 fraggers on the team, are playing together on this A site. They hear the Cypher camera go out. Little Smudge blinded, shooting into CT. Effects dashing away from Kaizen and Effects shutting him down. Oh, 3K from Effects. Help from his teammate for the other 2. Currently sitting at 16 and 11.
The standout players here in this game are the Jets, as both players are on the top of the leaderboard for their team. But that's just because of how fast their kits are and how reactive the other team needs to be in order to compensate for how fast these Jets are moving.
Yeah, these Jets are playing out of their mind, but at the same time, they've got great teamwork behind them. We've got plays from Rux and Kaizen Strife, Smudge and Mystic Shadows. We've been saying their name a whole lot. So this whole team backing up the 2 Jets on either side, playing well as a unit so far, as we're 7 8 currently in favor of Hood College. Sorry, they switched.
As we're stepping into site here, Effects looking to try and jump in on site here. Down one round. They need this round in order to win. Effects grabbing Quiz. Aid coming in from Darren. Sorry, guys, we're both talking. There's so much actions going on. We start to see the rotate come out. We've got 3 on to A right now after that kill. And the rotate coming out from this attacking side of Hood College here as they're getting back over to B, knowing that the rotate come out. And now they're going to be trying to challenge this B site where Cypher is the only one there.
Yeah, I'm on currently watching Cypher's view through the camera. And he's going to have a bird's eye view of the rotate. He tries to tag one. The recon bolt comes out, throws the cages down. Mystic takes out Kaizen, and it's going to be a 3v5.
30 seconds left.
Effects nowhere to be found. Little Smudge grabbing Darian. Rux grabbing Little Smudge from the refrag. It's a 4v2. Really a 3v2 as Psycho grabbing another on Ben left. Jet not there yet to help yet. Mystic Shadow's grabbing one. Psycho in a 1v1 situation on site here. Should be able to grab the kill, but Effects is behind him and should be able to hear him reloading in that area, and that's it. Effects tying it up. Hood College and Sacramento State all tied up at 8.
Yeah, if you told me after the first 7 rounds, hey, they're going to tie it up in the second half, in the 4th round of the second half, wouldn't have believed you. But here they are.
Too. It's an amazing gameplay to come out here as we see 6-6 come out at half, and from that point on at half, we've seen a tight game all game.
Yeah, very close game. Next team to win 5, or if both teams win 4, will go into an overtime to decide the winner of this map. Currently, we're playing Bind, and look at the plays coming out from Sacramento State. Quiz taking out 2 of them.
One enemy remaining.
And Ben Lee with the refrag on 3. This save run is not something you expected. Ben Lee getting the 4 kills in this save round as no one really expected or knew what to think about that round.
Huh? Ben Lee coming out big right there.
Both teams stacked B there, and both teams saw a bunch of kills, but Sacramento State on the defending side here knew that all they needed to do was get a couple kills, and with the Jet ultimate, they could do that. And because of that, they get a couple kills here and screw up Hood's money by just a little bit. Not enough to make it effective for this round, but now Sacramento State with 2 operators on their side.
Yeah, currently in the bathrooms picking up Bentley there, and the rotate is going towards the B site. Interestingly enough, Psycho trying to flash and protect that short area, but over on the other side of things in Hookah, Darian with the operators going to see Effects, misses the shot, has to dip quickly, throws a nade behind, trying to get the frag that he was looking for earlier, just misses on the shot on Little Smudge, sorry. And he sees Little Smudge there, and just the smokes have been perfectly timed. Darian hasn't been able to do anything with this op. Missing that shot, Effects taking out 1. Kaizen and Rux getting 2 for their team. It's going to be Little Smudge. Mystic Shadow by himself now. Little Smudge gets taken out from Psycho, and Psycho cleans up Mystic Shadow as well, and everything happened just so quickly there.
The rotate coming away from A as they were scared by that first operator, but they didn't realize that there was another operator on B. When they went into it, they were like, we're committing. And because of that, they make some great plays and some mistakes as not everyone went to site when Effects were smokes were down. And that was the only time in which they could get to site because the whole team from the defending squad rotated already.
Yeah, they rotated very quickly, and I really like where Darian was set up with that operator as he's going to be peeking garden. Nobody going to be there as Hood is looking to attack almost everybody over towards this short side of A. Psycho with the fault line, getting them stunned, but not enough to do anything because they just wait in the smoke. Effects dashing forward. Doing some minor damage, I believe, on Psycho through the wall there, but Kaizen doing his best defensive play. He's trying to make something happen and calling the ping for his teammate. Kaizen takes out
player
Mystic
remaining.
Shadows. Effects takes out Kaizen. Brooks takes out Ben Lee. Psycho on Effects, and it's just that quick. Everybody goes down on the side of Hood College, and it's going back the other way now.
And an unnoted hero, Quiz actually picked up 2 picks there when he rotated back to site. So we had a great team effort there come out from the defending side, as almost everyone was involved in the kills there.
Yeah, I was pretty much saying everybody's name. As somebody got a kill, they got killed. And as somebody killed that person, they got a kill. It was just back and forth.
Lots of challenging comments coming out from the Gas Society as we're seeing Hood not really aware of where they want to go just yet, kind of leaning toward the Stuka side, and no one's going to be there other than a Cypher tripwire to see them out.
Found it.
Effects getting
Cage
hit by
triggered.
that trap wire. They know they're there, but the rotate is not coming out. 3 players are watching this B site. Oh, it Effects and Psycho. Sorry, not Effects. Quiz and Psycho standing their ground, seeing if a rotate comes out because they have not committed to a site. Such a strong play there. It would be so tempting to try to go help your teammates and give them more support, as Quiz could not have any more of it, and it's starting with the rotate as they move on to site. He's going to show up. Perfect timing to pick up Little Smudge.
Darian grabbing one more on Mystic Shadows, and it's a 5v1 situation currently for the defending squad here on the save round coming out from Hood College, as they tried to push in a B site, but they just didn't get enough picks on the entry, and because of that, not able to do anything is this Ben Lee sitting in hookah all alone, looking for Element, and Rux grabbing that kill.
Yeah, that was a great play there from the whole squad on the side of Sacramento State. And it was very interesting to me. If I was in Ben Lee's shoes and I was in a 1v5 situation, Spike was not down, and I had a weapon that that might be useful for my team later on. Like currently, he could have bought for Effects. I guess Effects could buy for himself here, but I would have saved in that situation personally.
Not really, because of how they had money situation set up for this round. Everyone was going to be able to buy for this 12th round, which means that save, all you needed to do was get as many kills as possible and hope that Sacramento State wasn't going to be able to have a purchase this round, although they have tons of money. Sacramento State in the same kind of situation that they were at the first half, start of first half, where they had enough money to buy for multiple rounds on end, even though they started losing.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we have Caleb in the booth, because I just like to back off and save my weapon even when it's not useful. Caleb strategically thinks about these things. Little Smudge moving up to challenge Rux, decides to blind, hit that trap wire, try to get a rotate out, and it's going to be a perfect rotate. The lurk brings 2 from A to B, and it's going to be a 4v1, except for Quiz is turning around.
Quizlet with the smart, realizing that they were over-rotating there. The TP coming out into heaven. No one hears it. No one hears it from either team. So Omen going to be allowed into heaven and be able to see all of sight. No one peeking him, though, which is great. Quiz being seen up by
30
Effects.
seconds
Effects
left.
not being able to grab the kill. They have control of A site.
Remember, Omen is still up in heaven. He does peek out, not able to pick up anything there. Effects with an operator, sees the corner of Psycho, and is going to hold that angle tightly as rotate back towards B. Goes in favor of Darian and
10
Kaizen
seconds left.
Strife, and it's all up to Effects with that operator.
Quiz and Effects having the same idea to go on top of the triple box, and Quiz is winning that battle. And as you see,
Match point.
this match has gone in the favor of Sacramento State so far. Hood College with not enough money to really purchase this round, and because of that, Sacramento State in a great position to win the game right here, right now.
Yeah, Hood needs 3 in a row at this point. They've got low money to bring map number 1 to an overtime. Let's get on with map number 2. Sacramento State says as they've won 4 in a row, and they plan to make it a 5th one here with a decent buy.
Start to see both Jet and Raze push up for Sacramento State on the defensive side here, making sure that they have all the knowledge that they have, but Darian playing a little bit more passively, and because of that, she might not be able to see Little Smudge. Little Smudge going to take that corner, and that's it! That's it! Darian with the leading kill, and because of that, Darian, knowing that no one's coming B, effects onto Psycho onto the A side here.
Effects using his kit to their fullest potential here. He is on top of Tank as the spike goes down. Quiz picking up Bubbles. 3v4 situation here. Effects looking towards the defending side of the map. Not paying attention to Heaven at all, as Rux is up there making a ruckus.
Darian trying to jump on a site here, make sure that Sacramento State gets known, but they're not on site. Both players are off of site. Bentley getting taken down. The last player in bad for the next card grabbing two. Darian missing the shot. Eisen finishing the game.
Yeah, Sacramento State cleaning it up at the very end, but what an effort there by Effects to try to keep it alive.
Defenders win.
Some notable mentions is Effects putting the team on their back there with the next closest player on that team of the Hood COD side 10 kills away, which is a massive little distance. But as we go into this little in-between games here, both caches need a break. The players are going to take a little break as well. We're going to take a 5-minute break here, and we'll be right back with some Valorant action. Welcome back, everyone. As we're getting into the second match here, the second map is Ascent, which is very different from the map that we just saw in Bind. How do you think Voltage, as you see the much more open Ascent versus a much more closed-off Bind, both teams will react to it?
Well, if Effects is popping off like he was last round, they stand a chance. But at the same time, Sacramento State is deadly when they have the opportunity to shoot. It's much less of a it's a lot of teamwork once you get getting on a site, but it's much more open at times also where you just have to let your gun skills lead the way at times.
Yeah, 100%. As we start to get into picks bans here, we start to see much of the same comps come out. However, we're seeing slight changes from both teams here. As Kaizen Strafe was on the Cypher, might be on the Killjoy this time. Bubbles starting to look like she might be picking Sage, although Bentley challenging for that pick. And we're seeing just a couple different things come out from both teams here, as both teams sticking to what worked. Effects jumping right onto that Jet. Already having a good game, going to continue to have a good game. Jet with the operator on this map is so clean because of how open Ascent is. But Psycho moving over to Sova, something that we didn't see last game from CSUS. However, like I said, bunch of different changes, bunch of slight little changes with the comps that you're seeing on your screen right now, and the kind of slight changes that we're seeing. How do you think that the teams react to seeing a different composition from both teams?
I think that these teams have played together enough and then against enough people that they're not going to be too surprised by a whole lot. I am looking like Omen is the only smokes on either side, which is interesting to me. Little Smudge deciding to go back to Reyna and Effects, sticking with Jet. Everybody else, Mystic Shadow still being Sova. So just who was that? Bubbles and Ben Lee still Omen. I lied. Just Bubbles switching from Killjoy over to Sage on the side of Hood College. On the other side, Rux going from Omen to Breach. Quiz sticking with the Jet that works so well. Kaizen pulling out the Killjoy. Psycho with the Sova, like you said, and the Darien going from Raze over to Omen. Thank you.
It's all good with lots of characters in the game, lots of different ways you can play. There's lots of different styles that you're going to see from all these players this game, as this map is much more open, like I said before, which means mid control is almost required to guarantee a round win. And currently with the default setup you're seeing here, we're seeing a couple different changes come out, as we're seeing a B-side heavy stack for this first round coming from the defending side with Effects and none other than Ben Lee in mid here, getting ready for this. And Reyna, the only one in A, able to challenge anything. But it is B coming out from the attacking side of Sacramento State here.
Yeah, Quiz trying to lead the way for his team. They do get revealed by that recon bolt, so they do know that their 3 players are outside of B.
And because of that, we also see the arrow come out from Sova, from Psycho. We know that we're going to see a rotate come out here because they know there's a B-side heavy hold right now, and they want to get over to A as fast as possible. But Effects, realizing this, is now back on A, supporting first team, peeking into A main, not seeing anyone. But it's going to see the challenge. Killjoy and Omen trading bullets in mid here. Effects right at these two, both of them setting up with utils. Effects grabbing one, Bentley grabbing Kaizen in mid, and Hood's College off to a great start here.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sacramento State team is now retreating, as it's just going to be a 3v5, but everybody from Hood heads over to A, realizing that Mystic Shadow is going to be rotating with Little Smudge at least to mid, not all the way over to B.
30 seconds left.
And Sacramento State actually slightly baiting out the rotate here, as Rux and sorry, the character states now I'm having trouble.
Faster.
As Rux and Psycho making their way on the way back to A, Quiz grabbing the first pick in mid, and they're looking to try and plant here. As A's the only site that they get through. The stage wall is up, and because of that, they're not going to be able to get on site. It's just a wall in the way. Quiz grabbing one again. Bomb going down. Is it going down? Quiz not able to, or Effects not able to hit the bomb down, and because of that, they're able to plant.
So it's going to be a 3v2 retake, as the first 2 kills went in favor of Hood. And then back the other way for Sacramento State were 3, and it's going to be a 2v3 retake. here as Little Smudge moves through the door, and Tree not able to do much there. Quiz turning around, trying to take out Mystic Shadow, not able to do so. 2v2, both players are under heaven. Psycho Mystic Shadow, or takes out Mystic Shadows, and it's all up to Little Smudge. Fault line coming out, Little Smudge picking up 1v1, both low health. Psycho gets the better of Little Smudge. It is going to be a very close first round here in favor of Sacramento State.
And something to point out, literally no one stayed alive in that round, which means money situation for both teams is very close, even though Sacramento State ends up winning that round.
Yeah, very close round, and then Psycho was not able to get out in time there before the spike went off. And they're setting up for a second B play on the side of Sacramento State, and only Mystic Shadow is going to be there to defend, but I'm sure the recon bolt comes out. Both teams bring the recon bolt information, but not a quick rotate.
Psycho uses his shot start and getting actually a ton of damage. Sova being left on the defending side of Hood College here. Only 1 HP. That is unreal. So lucky from him. Ben Lee getting taken down by Quiz here in the main. And we've got another damaged fight coming out. Quiz taking another down in Mystic Shadow, although he didn't have any health to begin with.
Yeah, I do want to point out Darian's positioning here in mid real quick. He is watching and listening for the rotate, able to tell his team, there's one in market, I hear him, or, you know, I saw one cross over towards the B main area. A lot of communication going on. You could tell by his patience. They said, we got this, just let us know when they're coming.
And Darian grabbing another here in CT. You can see this slight lurch is helping out a lot. Little Smudge grabbing another. And Kaizen finishing off Little Smudge. And that is it for the second round. And now we should see buys come up from both teams. But like we said last time on the last map with Sacramento State, they didn't buy this third round. They saved their money and they bought the round after. So we might see some of the same come from Sacramento State again.
Possibly, but all stingers? Is that a stinger? I'm sorry.
Mostly stingers, which they bought the last round.
Yeah, they were. That was the second buy in the second round of the first game. There, as Quiz leading the charge onto that B site for a third time now. They're starting it at B. Not turning for Mystic Shadows in time. Darian trading out for Mystic Shadows. And the rotate coming in, but it might be a little too late here.
Nothing really happening. We see Bubbles take down that mid door, not being blocked off now. They could come from anywhere. Jet's going to be seen by this turret. She's going to put her smoke down, not to break the turret, which is perfect if she wants to get around and behind it. She didn't get her smoke off. Kaizen gets 2 on the site here. Bentley grabbing Darian, and it's a 3v2 in the attacking favor.
Yeah, Bentley on site goes down to the hands of Psycho. Oh, and Kaizen might have played his hand a little too early. Never mind. Effects had to reload. The perfect bait, I guess.
And like we saw last time, CSUS winning the third round without buying an extra gun. And because of that, they go into this fourth round with not only full guns and full utils, but also an extra 3,600 or more on each of their characters.
Quiz, the only one without a Phantom or a Vandal. And to be honest with you, he is the one that I would rather not have one of those assault rifles in hand, just because his gun skill is so good. I think he could outfrag anybody with any weapon.
Psycho grabbing one pick in A main, and Jet's probably going to be using her knives here. She does get challenged, where she does need to get a lot of damage off, because that's oh my god, Quiz doesn't need his ultimate. Still grabbing Mr. Shadows, Bubble grabbing one. Psycho trading that out, and it's a 4v2 in the save round with great gunplay coming out from both teams here, actually.
Effects and Little Smudge, the two fraggers of the team generally, are playing together, and this could actually work out in their favor. They are the two players that are generally the ones to get the kills, but are they going to be able to do that without their teammates leading the way? Little Smudge pulling an ult as Effects takes out Rux, making it a 2v2 I did not see the other kill, unfortunately, but I believe that was going to be Little Smudge who picked it up in Market. And drone comes out for Psycho, pushing the site. Both players, one left. Psycho left alive there. Effects picking up the final kill. And like I said, it could go in favor of Hood. They just have to defuse the spike, and they're able to with plenty of time on the clock, bringing it to a 1-3 game.
Great little save round right there. Nice little econ round coming up from Hood College and picking up their first round 3 rounds before they did last game.
Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful because it was down to 2. I'm sure in the mind of Sacramento State, they were like, we've got this. They're like, we've got 4 players on site. We're all surrounding it. But they let them take the first 2 kills in 1v1 situations. And if you have the 2 top fraggers on the team going in 1v1 situations, they're going to win that. So it brings it to a 2v2. And just rushing the spike, and they weren't quite ready for it, got the win.
And last time we saw Little Sludge and FX on this map, they had to be the ones taking all the damage because Hood College as a team was not supporting them. Little Sludge literally had over 60% of all kills between the 2 players.
Stealing sight.
60. Wow. At this point, the Sacramento State team has control of mid, but they are looking to take it to A. We see Effects taking out Darian.
Wow, great kill. It's all good, folks. It's Mystic Shadow grabbing another and Kaizen strafe in mid. And we see a 4v3 come out here as this game is just been back and forth all game. Quiz grabbing Effect. And that's the refrag they needed to get onto A site as no one else is there. Quiz looking for Reyna in heaven here, but doesn't find him, going into the generator.
Spike planted.
And it's a 3v3 situation for this retake.
3v3, Little Smudge already in heaven, picking up Psycho. And Psycho picked up Bubbles just before that, trying to find a kill in under heaven, and it's all up to Mystic Shadows. Coming out with an ult onto Quiz. Mystic Shadows going up against Rux. Rux currently 0-3 in the game, while Mystic Shadows sitting at 4-4. Currently, Rux is looking to get his first kill, as I said. Let's see how he handles this as he's waiting outside of sight. Time is winding down on the spike. Mystic has to tap it. I wonder if he comes off. Fault line comes out, but decides not to use it and just peeks it. And just trusts that he was sticking the defuse.
And Rux, unfortunately, not able to stay alive. But the thing to note there was Mystic Shadow used his drone, even though he cleared out hell with his ultimate. And because of that, he wasn't able to get time to be able to find Rux. Now, granted, Rux staying on site too long at the end there, not able to keep his gun, which isn't going to do too much damage. But because of CSUS's amount of money that they had after the 3rd round, they've been able to buy not only this round, but they should be able to buy for the next 2 rounds, even if they lose both of them.
Yeah, I do want to touch on the play with the drone. It was a very smart play. If he was anywhere on site, he would have been known exactly where he was and been able to go attack, but because he was sitting so far outside of sight and trusting that he had the angle and the time, it was too little too late there for Mystic Shadows to do anything.
As we see a refrag come out here from multiple people. Ben Lee comes in his sight, grabs one, and Kaizen strafe. Effects looking for this kill on the generator, grabs Darian. The last player's an A main, not with an ultimate, so he's gonna have to do this without his ultimate.
It's all up to Psycho. His Effects dashes in, but Bubble takes him out first.
And it's gonna go the way of Hood College for the 2nd round here, going 2-4, making sure that they can keep in this game and grabbing their 2nd round well before they did it last game, and making sure that, as we saw last time, Hood College on this map, Ascent is a map that they much more prefer in how they play, but they need to be able to win these rounds consistently to keep them in this match, because as we've seen, Sac State can run away with the game if given the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. That team works on momentum, and if you watch any of Rocket League, that's pretty much all we say the whole cast. It's just momentum with different inflections. At this point, the momentum is about even, as in the past 3 rounds, Hood has won 2, Sacramento State winning 1. And they're just kind of at a stalemate here, waiting. Darian looking towards mid. Spike is on the B side of the map with Kaizen looking to peek. The defensive player moving up quickly, showing that he is there. And I wonder if, oh, is that an op in the hands of Effects? If he peeks this, there is no way he's going to be able to get out of that. But what a nade. Not able, making a move, not having the confident shot that he wanted. And now he is on the retreat trying to look towards market.
Low Smudge grabbing Rux in A main, but Psycho ending up taking out Ben Lee, and Quiz grabbing Low Smudge in the refrag. Effects grabbing Darian mid, who pushed up all the way through and was seen in market from Boathouse. And it's a 3v2 in the attacking favor, with Effects with an op rotating through spawn with Bubbles shortly in their trail.
You will not kill my allies.
Bubbles rezzing in mid, making sure that there's a 3v3. Effects is going to be peeking in a 2 here as he gets shot at, but doesn't get any kills. Effects is going to be able to get this going. Bubbles grabbing Quiz, and there we go, 3v2 in the defending side favor. Sage, the pick of the century. Kaizen grabbing Effects, moving up forward. Bubbles grabbing one. Knowing where the second is, Mystic grabbing the second, and they're going to be able to grab this operator back and the bomb and bring this game to 3-2. 3-4, sorry.
Yeah, Mystic running over to pick up that operator in time, and I got so focused on that operator battle with Effects going up against Kaizen, did not see all the fighting happening over on the B side.
Continually watching this Sacramento State team and watching them so far today, you can see just how deep they are in terms of how they play and how many different strategies they have on this map. Sometimes it wins and sometimes it doesn't. Their post plant just right now on Ascent hasn't been strong enough to hold off Hood College, and because of that, Hood College is able to take 3 rounds.
Yeah, one more and the game is tied up before the second half this time. So we're looking to see how they handle this half buy, which is really the first time outside of after pistol rounds we've really seen it come out. Obviously late that last game we saw it a couple times, but this early in the game it looks very promising for Hood, having Quiz with only a Sheriff and the Spike moving through Cat over towards A. The smokes come out, the blinds come out, and they're heading over there. Rux picking up one with the Sheriff. Little Smudge trading back out to Darian.
Sacramento State backing off here. They've seen what they need to see. They don't want to try and force a situation in which they're going to guarantee a loss here. And Sage has left B-site, which means that they could have a B-site strong opportunity here. But they're going to be going through mid, which everyone's already prepared for on the defending side of Hood College here.
All right, it's going to be Bubbles, the first one to meet up, get some damage on Kaizen. Effects peeking with the op. Psycho goes down. Effects
30 seconds left.
Looking for another kill. Time is running out. They've got to be able to make it onto a site. As everybody retreats to go over towards the A site, Sacramento State heads over to the B site. Mystic is going to be the one who meets them there in market. Fault line coming
10 seconds
out.
left.
Oh, Mystic with a great shot. Kaizen trading out for 2 of his own, and it's going to be a 2v2 situation, but Spike has to go down now.
With just 0.02 seconds over the time, this attacking side of Sacramento State, for the 3rd time, being able to take a site, 4th time, being able to take a site, but just not winning the round. And it's a different reason for the first time, but their post plant is not there yet.
Well, I mean, their pre-plant needs a little bit of work. Planting a tiny bit sooner would have given them the opportunity to battle in that post plant in a 2v2 situation, but just not enough time. And the rotation was perfect. It really was. It just needed to happen just slightly earlier. The play to go towards B while the other team, Hood, was moving over towards A. It was great as we see them setting up towards A at this point. A ultimate coming out for Rux, and they move in on that play. But so does everybody from Hood moving in through College. Quiz picking up Little Smudge. Psycho goes down at the hands of Effects. Ultimate coming out from Mystic Shadow in a 2v5 situation. Oh, trying to plant the Spike right underneath them.
player standing.
Out too far, and it's all up to Mystic Shadows in a 1v5 situation.
Flawless.
And a flawless coming out from Sacramento State. Mad that they couldn't get bombed down last round, are saying, I don't care what you think, we're rolling you this round because we wanted that last round.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it was if we can't defend after the plant, we're just gonna kill them before the plant. We don't need post plants. Ben with a what did Ben just buy? Really? Ben with a frenzy in hand is going to be there with Mystic Shadows defending the B site as everybody on the Sacramento State except for Psycho is set over towards an A take. With an operator.
Formation from Darian. Everyone knows what's going on as the danger comes out in A site, but no one there. As we start to see the challenge come out, Quiz grabbing one impact, changing it out. Biotis saw it beforehand and is able to predict that one. As we start to see the A rotate coming back out, they know they're going to be towards A. Sage's going to peek out Heaven, not going to be able to grab one. Damage coming out from both sides here. Effects grabbing Darian, and again, we've got a trade back, and Bomb was left in spawn, so it's not going to be able to come down, and the post going to site is just going to be in that favor of Quick Dogs again. Psycho grabbing one, grabbing two! What a great play from Psycho! Mystic Shadow hitting Kaiser through the wall, knowing that he's in Generator, and Psycho has to go 1v2 here after not having Bomb brought to site. Psycho grabbing one, and he's got the opportunity! It's a 1v1 situation on Psycho, and Psycho has a chance, and he wins it!
The swagger on that man after the series of kills we just watched. Incredible, knowing that he had the momentum, he had the motivation, the confidence to walk through that Omen smoke to take down Mystic Shadows. Psycho, currently the kill leader in the lobby, going 14-5 with 5 assists of his own. What a play.
And unfortunately, it comes from a mistake in communications as no one brought Bomb to sight. After all of that play, Psycho only has the opportunity to do that because the Bomb never got to sight.
Revealing area.
Mystic using an Ares. Is that an Ares or an
There
Ode?
they are.
Yeah, it's gonna be an Ares.
Garen grabbing low smudge in mid. Fex grabbing Gary in the free try. Kaizen grabbing a Frex. Kaizen grabbing Ben Lee. And Kaizen showing off that Sentinels can do it too.
Kaizen still watching mid after taking out 2 of his own, I believe. And it's just going to be up to Bubbles and Mystic Shadow. Mystic Shadow backing away from the site, moving into the boathouse, deciding to turn the corner and challenge Rage. Picks up one, not able to pick up another as Rux picks him up after Kaizen picked up effects.
Last round in the half.
Bubbles with the slight taunt onto Effects and Bubbles there. Sorry, Kaizen with the slight taunt onto Effects and Bubbles there. But Kaizen realizing that Sage has her ultimate and affects their top frag, which means Kaizen can sit and watch that body and guarantee the 2 free kills once Sage is rezzing, because Sage is stuck for a short second there, and Effects doesn't even pull out his gun for 5 seconds now.
I mean, Effects the only, Ben Lee and Effects both playing with SMGs. The rest of their team has assault rifles. Ben Lee going down to the hands of Rux as they try to take this B site. The rotation is coming right now as they're going onto site decisively. This is what we need to see from that Sacramento State, but Mystic Shadow says no sir as Psycho goes down. Rux trading back out. Mystic Shadow with the full health after that first fight. Vex using his ultimate, getting low health onto Bubbles, or Little Smudge, excuse me, taking out Quiz after the series of kills, and it's going to be a 2v2 one situation as Bubble takes out Kaizen, and it's left all up to Rux, excuse me, and Rux goes down at the hands of Bubbles. Another post-plant situation going in favor of Hood, but at this half, it's going to be a 7-6 favor for 7-5, excuse me, favor for
switching sides.
Sacramento State.
Yeah, and in all honesty, that was a great half from both teams. You can't say that one team decisively won this half. As a defensive-sided map, technically Hood College should have won that half, but Sacramento State with a great offense, and we know Hood College has a great offense, and because of that, Hood College, like we said last time, they can easily win this attack with 3 or 4 rounds strung together as they break the mental game of Sacramento State. They just have to win those 3 or 4 rounds in a row first.
Yeah, especially when we look back at the post-plant situations for Sacramento State, that's almost like playing defense in my mind. Obviously, you've used a little bit of utility, and it's a slightly different situation, but the post-plants were so tough. I actually have hope for this Hood College team to be able to make some moves, especially early in this half. Flashes, shock darts coming out, and a decent amount of damage going over to who was that? Excuse me, Darian. But Darian deciding to peek again, and the damage goes straight back onto him. So the man is indestructible, but Quiz does go down.
Darian, unfortunately, getting a little bit staggered after those 2 shock darts, all kind of confused. Rux grabbing one, Psycho grabbing another, but Darian flashed both of his teammates, so the push wasn't coordinated, and because of that, this whole round has been a little bit of a cluster.
3v4 in favor of Sacramento State as the rotate looks like it's coming out. Bubbles is going to meet Darian in mid. Darian waiting in his almost like rotation monitoring spot is gonna get picked up by Darian there, and Spike is down on Cat.
Those spawn here, but the bomb's down, and they know the bomb's down. Darian grabbing Mystic Shadow, and Little Smudge out of position, currently sitting in tree room, and there's nothing that's gonna happen in which allows Little Smudge, unless nothing short of a 4K, that is, in which would allow her to win this round.
Little Smudge letting them know they're there.
10
and if
seconds
Sacramento
left.
is able to pick up round number 1, they're going to be saying that's gaming at its finest. Quiz the only one going down. And in first round in favor of Sacramento State. And now here comes that half buy that we're so used to from them already. And I wonder what is going to happen here as pistols come out for this side of Hood. And it's almost a second round in a row, but you can win with pistols. It's just very tough.
And we notice now, and after the fourth pistol round of this series, Sacramento State doesn't lose them. They're 3-1 in the pistol rounds, and so far that's been what the difference is in these games.
Yeah, they won their which one did they lose? The second half of last game.
Second half of split or bind, sorry, and because of that, Hood College able to mount a slight comeback, but as you start to see here, Hood College trying to push into this site here, not able to because of the amount of just pure damage that's going to be on the side of Sacramento State because they fully bought this round, and because of that, they're going to back off. They're going to try and see what they can see B, but Breacher's already pushed through B, and he's looking at Cat, but he misses him. Neither team sees each other, and they're going into Cat without either team knowing that either team is there.
Mystic Shadows with the spike moving back towards the A main site, not supported by anybody on his team. This could be dangerous if anybody from Sacramento State decides to push. Psycho takes out Little Smudge over on that B main area, and they decide to wait it out. Mystic moving forward. Effects meet with Kaizen.
One enemy remaining.
Kaizen gets the better of Effects and Bubbles while Darian picks up Mystic Shadow. It's
30 seconds left.
Who? Ben leads. I'm sorry. I'm like, is it Darian? Is it Ben? I don't know.
It's all good. Darian grabbing one there onto none other than Hood College, but not after Ben Lee gets the kill onto Kaizen in that grass tree area. And because of that, just a little challenge coming out, but Sacramento State goes up 9-5 and only has to win 4 more to win not only this match, but also this series and move on to the finals of the NECC playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be the upset of a century if Hood is able to come back at this point. They are currently on the attacking side of a defensive-sided map. Effects, Mystic Shadow, Little Smudge, Bubbles, and Ben Lee make up Hood College. Psycho, Kaizen Kaizen picking up Mystic Shadows. Effect picking up Kaizen straight back.
Nailed him.
Effects able to see Darian from that grass area. Effects grabbing 3, looking for the ace now, and we've seen this before. Every time Effects is going for an ace, he's gonna challenge fully for it, but the bomb is left in spawn for the second time. This time by Psycho not being able to grab it. Loose Smudge grabbing Psycho. Rux trading that out, and we've got a 3v1 situation with Sacramento State finally on the receiving end of a winning round for Hood College. However, they haven't won it yet. We've seen challenges come out, and this is gonna happen again. Doors closed, and Rux, this is the Vandal, is breaking down door. Omen knowing that he's there. Rux making sure that Omen gets out of that corner and being able to see him. Flashing Omen, getting that kill, not being able to get both though, and Effects with the 4K in this round.
Yeah, that was a great play there from Effects and Little Smudge, able to just frag out when maybe they weren't in the best positions always. The shots from Effects onto Quiz, I was on Quiz's viewpoint in that moment, and he had no time to react. It was incredibly quick.
An incredible play from Effects that entire round. Even though he had to go back for a bomb, you know he wanted that ace and to show off and to get the first ace of this match and the semifinals tonight. Ben Lee grabbing one on the Quiz though.
Quiz is now down. Effects is looking towards mid, pinging mid. I wonder what he sees or knows because nobody is going to be there. Oh, Rux trying to move up a little too quick.
We see here the early rotate coming out from the defending side of Sacramento State. Now they're second guessing themselves, but they hear the Sova Shark Ducks, and because of that, they're going to stay as a 3 on A with just leaving Kaizen on that other, leaving Kaizen on that other side.
But the rotate might come in as both Bubbles and Little Smudge back up a little bit. Darian gets tagged. And, through the smoke, Darian picks up 1. Rux picking up Little Smudge, and it's now a 4v2 after Darian picks up Bubbles. Psycho says, I will not be silent. I want my name said here as he picks up Ben Lee and Effects, picking Psycho up for the trade. And here is Effects' time to shine. Your team is currently down 6-9 in game 2 of this the semifinals.
30 seconds left.
Turret comes out. Effects picks up Kaizen, and it's going to be a 2v1 as Ian is in heaven. They know that Darian just sitting in no man's land, and it's going to be a 1v1 with Spike down. He knows he's there. Not quick enough, and Rux is the one to shut it down with 5 HP.
The jumping headshot coming out from Effects, just showing his prowess as he gets onto site, not letting not letting Darian breathe and getting on site there. Absolutely amazing. Just losing the aim battle with Rux.
Yeah, I mean, being at 5 HP after a close win, after you see your teammates go down one after another, and then being that last man and walking with 5 HP, you've got to feel lucky after that one.
Oh, 100% after you just saw Effects jumping headshot. I'm not going to let that go. Jumping headshot, Darian. Quiz grabbing one of the Ben Lee, though.
I just looked over at stream. They were right before the jumping headshot, and somebody in chat just said, go Darian. He may need a hug after that one, ladies and gentlemen, as Mystic Shadows and the rest of Sacramento State are heading into the A site slowly. They do shoot. They are found out, but they are on a low buy.
You should run.
Lee goes down early in the round. Psycho, Kaizen, Quiz, Darian, and Rux in the lead. Currently 6-10, rotating from the A site over towards the B site is going to be the Hood College team. No action outside of Ben Lee going down in mid here. Little Smudge is going to be the first. Little Smudge getting stunned. I would believe that was going to be a fault line from Breach. Rux sitting back at site as Breach. Big blind.
30 seconds
Psycho
left.
With the shock dart that picks up 2. And the stick is down. Quiz knows. Sorry, that was Effects. Little Smudge getting taken out. Last player. Rux, once again, the clutch master himself is just the one to pick up the final kill.
And Rux says after seeing the jumping headshot come out the other way, he wanted to get in the jumping action too, grabbing little smudge, but not as clutch as this. I'm gonna say this like 10 times. Thanks with the jumping headshot, man. That was such a great play. But Psycho with the double shock arrow, and while they were up a player, that puts the Hood College in the attacking side on trying to get onto that site in a terrible position because they're now in a 5v2 situation.
I do want to mention that currently we keep talking about effects and his ability to kill. Psycho sitting at 20-8, which is incredible. For his kills are just so, I would say routine, but consistent. We're not seeing jumping headshots as Caleb will say a couple times, but.
I did speak to the Sacramento State team, and they did say that they were practicing the strategies on this map, and who was practicing the strategies other than Sova, because of how keen Sova is with the stock market. Daring grabbing one of the missing shadows, so also coming out for Rux, and all the players in mid there stunned. As Reina now just getting unstunned here. Going on a site, Kaiser Street, grabbing one on effects, and effects can't be a part of this round. Little Smudge grabbing one, Ben Lee, Kaiser, and Psycho grabbing Little Smudge, Ben Lee grabbing another on the Darian. There's a 2v1 with Ben Lee on site.
Yeah, Ben Lee currently using.
He forgot bomb! Ben Lee, sorry to talk overview, but Ben Lee forgot bomb on site there, and because of that,
30
Rux
seconds left.
And Rux and Psycho are just gonna play the bomb.
You can't do that, man. That's like trying to drive away and forgetting your keys, but you're 20 miles away from home. You need that to do your job. As Ben Lee gets found out. What was that tagged him? With a recon bolt. I'm sorry, I didn't see it go out. I'm trying to figure out what's showing his location. Point. And he does go down, and it's going to be 12-6. 6 rounds in a row is what Hood is going to need to win this.
Just to bring it to OT, Hood needs 6 rounds in a row. They don't even have the ability to win it just yet. They have to win 6 rounds in a row and then win the overtime, which is the incredible challenge that Hood has put themselves in, losing a couple key rounds, not because of Sacramento State making mistakes, but losing a couple of rounds because of Hood College themselves making mistakes. Effects missing the kill on Rux, and then a slight mistake coming out from that last round and not picking up on.
Psycho with the recon bolt of a lifetime, seeing at least 3 of them, but he is at 20 HP and has to back up after a second shock dart, and the team is rotating in to support him. It's going to be a 5v5, and they're all meeting outside of A. They're still trying to pull on this, as Little Smudge in his ultimate form goes down, making it a 3v5. Effects trying to pick up Spike.
One player remaining.
Ben Lee finally cleaning up Psycho, who is on low health. Quiz moving through in the corner. Ben Lee was blinded and had no chance at all, and that's going to be a 13-6 map 2 victory for Sacramento State.
And unfortunately, you called it out. Psycho with the shock, with the recon bolt at the start of that round, getting out 3 players and making sure that everyone knows where they are. Little Smudge not showing up as much today, and that's probably the difference between this series that we saw and the last series. But Effects still showing off that he can do what he can do no matter what team he's playing against.
Yeah, I mean, Psycho, what fantastic play to take the map leader there, MVP, but Effects, the only player for Hood that is in the top 6. The other 4 Hood players are bottom 4 there. So as a team, Sacramento State played fantastically and were able to move through this map very effectively.
100%. And as we're trying to get, I think we're going to be trying to pull in Psycho here just because of how good he played in that last match. I'm just working on making sure that everything's happening as we're getting in to this little interview here. Hopefully we can bring in Psycho and just talk about how consistent he played in that last match.
Yeah, he did play consistently. Like as I said, we kept talking about Effects and his ability to frag out in clutch situations, but Psycho was the one who is doing consistent damage throughout the game.
100%, as we're going to be getting Psycho the entire team wants to listen to. They can listen on Twitch. We're all live on Twitch. I'm going to work on trying to get these guys in and sorted. So we're gonna get the post-team interview, I think, here. As the whole team from Sacramento State wants to get in, I would be down for that 1,000%.
For once in these interviews, I feel like we might be outnumbered. We got to make sure that that the graphics will be okay during the interview. Outside of that, I'm down with having the whole team here.
As our producer's just making sure that no one has video, and I'm just making sure that these guys are respectful. I'm going to start moving them into the channel now, as unfortunately I normally do this off stream, but we've got enough time that I can't jump between channels and make sure that everyone's good for this. So as we're going to be moving Sacramento State here one by one, do you have anything that you want to say about that last match, Voltage?
I mean, in the end, like I was saying already, Sacramento State just played as a unit, unlike college, and that's just, in the end, in my opinion, why they won so decisively as 13-6 victory.
As Sacramento State, the entire team from Sacramento State's in here. I feel a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the new kid in the room.
So, Psycho, just to start off, because we have to talk about that. That last game was so consistent. Anything that you did differently from that first game to the second game?
Honestly, I think the first game was kind of like my warm-up to get all the nervousness out of the way. And then I started playing like my regular self.
Being on stream has that effect on some players, and today you saw that firsthand. And lots of good plays coming out from both teams here. But the best play in the game, and it had to be said 1,000 times, was effects onto Darian from heaven. Darian, what were you thinking when you saw that?
So I saw Rux use his breach ability on Heaven, so I knew he was either gonna back up or come. So I was like, okay, well I'm gonna try to make myself tradable and go back to Rux. And when I was about to turn, that's when he jumped down, and I was like, oh shoot, Rux can't even trade me here. So, and I just died. I took the gunfight, lost.
And then playing off of that, Rux, your ability to clutch up in the end of that round and several others with 5 HP left in that moment. I want to know from y'all's side of things, how was the atmosphere after that clutch up, after one player moving through four people like that?
It's a lot of yelling, you know. We're all hyped up, so yeah, a lot of yelling, and then next round is focus up.
So something that we had to talk about all game is the mental fortitude and just thinking about that all game and all series with you guys. After the first half, you were up 6-1, but then losing 5, 6, 7 rounds because you lost the first 2 pistol rounds. What did you guys think to come back with the mental fortitude as a team? And answer one by one, please. But what do you guys think as a team in order to, like, how your mental fortitude challenged and was really played out throughout that series?
All right, Darren, you got this.
Well, Keith hasn't talked yet. Keith, you want to go?
You just gotta take each round as a separate round and work from that. And since we reset every time the new round starts, we just see what happens. And yeah.
And today, coming out on top and very humble from you guys, what are you guys going to be doing after the game here?
Supporting our other team who also has a match in a different tournament.
Well, I'm glad to hear you guys are a very tight-knit community there at Sacramento State. Send your president a note. I've talked to her throughout the season. Send your president a note, as you guys have built up a great Valorant team here and are looking at the championship tournament as you're wondering to see who comes out on top, whether it's CSUDH or Tiffin University here.
Yeah, so I'm curious, before I ask my last question, boys, Glube or Caleb is trying to get to Diamond, so if you're looking to carry somebody, go ahead and add him. And it's going to be CSUDH Team 1 going up against Tiffin. Maybe not who you think is going to win, but who would you rather play against?
So we've obviously played both teams in the past. We have scrimmed CSU DH1 many times. So we know them really well. Tiffin, we only played one time, but honestly, we're pretty excited to play both teams.
Very political answer there coming out from Darian here.
All right, boys. Well, I'll let you guys have your fun and celebrate this victory by watching your other team hopefully win in their game. Best of luck going into the finals, and thank you for today's match.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
As we get into this last little bit here, Voltage, do you have anything to say as we lead into the next match here, which will be happening in just under 15 minutes?
I mean, Sacramento State's dominance in the regular season and now in the quarterfinals and semifinals of the NECC playoffs, they're making a statement saying any team that wants to come challenge us, be my guest because we're going to come out on top.
100%. And thank you guys all for sticking around for that first game, but we're not done yet. There's one more game coming on here in 15 minutes between CSUDH and Tiffin University. So we'll find out what that second challenging spot looks like and see who finds that second final spot. So thank you guys all for watching, but we'll be back shortly. Hello and welcome back to the NECC as we're getting the second game between CSUDH and Tiffin University. We are back, and we're back with a tight match. Number 2 going against number 3 in that respective order. Voltage, what are you expecting?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of CSUDH, and they are a solid squad. I have not had the opportunity to cast as many Tiffin games as I would like, so that's going to be more of a surprise for me. But the CSUDH team is definitely a solid squad.
As we're going into this, I'm just setting up the lobby settings here as we're making sure that everything is right and correct. Are we
CSUDH.
really sure that this isn't gonna be a best of 3? Like we're gonna see all 3 maps here probably, aren't we?
Most likely. Can you give us a little insight on what maps are going to be?
The maps here, as we see the picks and bans phase, CSUDH banned out Icebox, Tiffin banned out Split, and then we went to Bind for the first pick, Haven for the second, and Ascent for the third.
So we got Bind, Haven, Ascent in that order after picks and bans. So at this point, I'm really looking to see the one that I'm going to be the most interested on if they are playing well is going to be the now they're switching teams. Who was that? They haven't all moved though. Ganbear is really just going to be a if he's playing well, I think the team is going to play well as a whole. And then as they haven't sorted quite back out, just so I can confirm they're on who's which team. Really, we're looking for the number 2 team to come out firing and show why they are the number 2 team in the whole league. And the 3 team Tiffin is going to be the ones who are a little bit of an underdog, but these 2 teams are so closely matched. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to tell after everything is said and done.
No, we're not going to be able to find that just yet, as this is probably the best server I'm going to be finding. As we're trying to just figure this all out, this is the last thing we're going to do before we get into this match here. But chat, you guys got any predictions? What are you thinking about today? If you're on live stream right now, what are you guys thinking about who wins this match? Stepping in, we think that everyone is ready. As we're going to ready up the lobby here, we're going to start to get into the picks phase for the match here. This has been a little bit more scuffcast than normal because of what's going on in the lobby being all stuttered up and the server being changed out like 13 times. But as we get into this match, we're going to see a lot of different play. But from these 2 teams, they're much more even than the last one because of what is going on. But yeah, we're still trying to manage out a central server or what is going on here. I'm just going to take one quick second and talk in-game. So I'm going to mute my mic here. But Voltage, keep going.
All right, so as we saw, first map is going to be the same as last series. Bind. We're going to be looking at the teams to be taking sites effectively if they are on the attacking side. And on the defensive side, we're going to be looking for them to not rotate so hard, because with those teleporters in this map, you can rotate quickly and get the spike down. So we're really going to be looking for some ability to stay on your site and not try to rush over and protect your team from what's coming. Because if they're able to hold their ground, they're going to come in with the rotate quickly. So that's what I'm looking on the defensive side of things. Attacking, like I said, getting onto site, getting that spike down quickly. If you are getting beat when you're heading onto site, say you're getting beat on that A site, back out through bathrooms, take the not through bathrooms, back out through A short and take that teleporter. On the other side of things, B, if you're able to back out through garden and not all committed to hookah, you're able to take that teleporter over to the bathroom side of A and get onto site fairly quickly. So that's what I'm really looking for. As Caleb is still talking in game to the teams, really this series comes down to how CSUDH is playing. If they're playing on their game, they're going to be able to come out on top as they've shown through the regular season. As a CSUDH2 team who got knocked out earlier in the series against Hood, who we just saw lost against Sacramento State, were able to beat Tiffin. So the number 5 team early in the season beat Tiffin, and I'm looking to see when they met earlier. Hey, Caleb, are you back and are available to stop my rambling?
100%. As we start to get in picks bands here, we're seeing pretty default comps come out, except for the fact that the attacking side of CSUDH right now has a very, very fast comp looking like Bave on Phoenix. Surgama hovering over that Raze. And we also see Game Bear on that Jet, which is a very fast comp. We're not seeing anything different come out from the defending side of Tiffin with not only 3, but 4 attacking fast players, with Arrow and Mr. Reliable both hovering over that Reyna pick, as no one knows really which to go there. Kurt might be looking into that backup. Arrow locking that in. Mr. Reliable switching over to smokes, and we see really, really, really fast comps coming out from both teams here.
Yeah, on each side, it looks, we're going to be having 3 duelists on the side of CSUDH. I believe, CSUDH is going to have Sova as the controller, or sorry, Initiator. I don't even know what that is. Initiator, thank you. And the Omen as a controller on the other side. It's going to be an Omen as the controller, and then a Killjoy as the Sentinel. So it's going to be a very attacking sided almost situation here, because at that point, if you're able to get onto site, you're getting onto a site that does not have their defenses set up.
And what I would like to see as we get into this match here is, in all honesty, how both teams deal with the server and what's going on. Because as I said before the game, the server was in high debate because of the fact that both teams aren't near each other. Now, granted, this is a part of gaming. This is a part of how gaming works. Tiffin University being further on the East Coast, CSUDH being in the West Coast. Because of that, there was really only 2 servers that worked between Texas and Oregon. And for Oregon, it was a 20 ping on average difference, and for Texas, it was a 20 ping on average difference. And now we get to see just how they deal with having that slightly higher ping. So as we're seeing in chat, the crowd favorite was CSUDH. CSUDH starting off hot here with Lawn taking a 2 with the frenzy.
As they are looking to take this B site, they take down 2 players. Killjoy lurking in the elbow area, but the rotate does come out from Tiffin, and then the rotate comes out from CSUDH. They don't know they took the teleporter. As Omen, one mad bad dog is planting the spike, and I know I'm going to trip over that name later, so I'm going to say it as slow as I can early in the game here.
Mr. Reliable goes down and spawn here to Mr. Reliable. It's still a 3v3 situation. Dave takes out another one on Mr. Reliable, and Kurt's the last one alive. And it's a 1v3 situation, and he doesn't know what to think because Bave could be in spawn, but he's not.
Lawn peeking out with the frenzy, gets the 3K to start CSUDH off with a win over Tiffin. And if they can continue this momentum here with Lawn picking up a 3K too early on, with Arrow and Blue Light going down outside of Hookah, I think that they can continue this if they're aware that those 2 players are going to be playing an aggressive defensive angle. But currently, they are setting up a little bit back in their sights.
100%. We're seeing a default more or less come out from the defending side here, with Blue Light just getting onto the A side a little bit late, and we're starting to see the attacking side here of CSUDH start to lean towards this A side.
The Razes meet up, and Sugoma is going to be the one that gets that over Epic. Evan. One mad bad dog with Bave meeting. Who would that be but Mr. Reliable backing up, blinding perfectly onto one mad bad dog, but Bave moves forward too quickly, and that's going to leave 3 for Tiffin, Blue Light, Kurt, and Arrow. Arrow currently sitting in heaven from the smoke, drops down, almost gets picked up by mad bad dog. And Lon picks up a kill of his own on Blue Light, and it's all up to Kurt and Heaven. Kurt lasts alive for a second time, but does not last long as Babe picks him up there, and just like literally 3 kills are the only kills that Tiffin has gotten.
Yeah, and in 2 rounds, Tiffin hasn't really done much, but remember, those are the first 2 pistol rounds. We saw that very much so in the last series, where pistol rounds really affected how the game goes, and CSUDH, while they didn't win on the last stream they were on, they're winning pistol rounds now, so they've changed something over the time of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Lon coming out with 4 kills total, Babe with 3 of his own. They're looking strong and tough to compete against, as once again they're looking to go A for the second time in a row. No Arrow picking up Gambear, as I almost spoke too soon, saying no kills coming out. The push was coming from behind as Mr. Reliable picks up Sugoma, and it's up to Babe, who's going to be the one peeking as the rest of the team looks to be rotating. And like I said, they don't want to rotate too hard, so Kurt and Arrow are playing that B site, and they know that their team has that control of A and don't want to risk a rotate, as Lon is going to be peeking that A short area after the smoke goes down. The smoke does block their path, but allows them to move up into Cubby and decide to back off.
This is something that we saw from CSUS, another school, another California State school. Babe grabbing one on Epic Evan there as it starts to push on site here. This is something we saw from Sacramento State. They didn't buy second round, and because of that, they were losing rounds pretty quickly. Because Mr. Reliable going to take down Babe. Another one coming up from Mr. Reliable, grabbing another pick on the site. That time on the one mad bad dog. And we've got Kurt the Hooper now in a 2v1. Lon grabbing one on Mr. Reliable, 1v1, and Kurt the Hooper again the last alive.
Yeah, he is lurking in lamps, and I don't think Lon has any idea where he is unless he was called out by a teammate. Lon doesn't know where he is, looking in Cubby, not knowing where to check. These players have no idea where they are, as he does hit the spike. Win the gun battle
died right now.
just barely.
So funny.
1 HP.
1 HP. And just the better flick, in all honesty, because neither player knew where the other was, and because of that, Lon had to hit the headshot immediately, and he didn't. He just didn't. And Kurt the Hooper able to take the first round for Tiffin University in a 180 flick.
Yeah, I mean, a great flick, but at the same time, well played by Mr. Reliable, picking up 3 kills and almost a 4th. A sneeze away from a 4th kill. And at this point, CSUDH is lead is cut in half. And it's really looking to be anybody's game, as mostly full buys coming out. They are looking to go B, but they are not being too aggressive with it, which I like. Babe peeking that garden angle first, as the rest of the team... sorry. Only Sugoma over in that hookah area. Now the team is there to support him. Babe pulling all the attention his way at first. 5v5 still, as pop shots coming out. Lon, first one to get a kill on Arrow. Kurt trades it out with Ganbear. Sugoma with the nade onto Kurt. Spike being planted. And CSUDH 4 players against Tiffin 3. Great flash, but able to back up from it. Blue light not enough. Trying to shoot through the wall is Babe. A good wall. Trying to make that player think that something is happening. Is Epic Evan with a nade. Almost picked him up with the nade, but one mad bad dog picking up Epic Evan to finish out the round. 3-1 in the and they're trying to bring it back the other way.
And something that you saw there was Lon was almost able to get that 180 onto the guy in hookah. First off, trying to get the guy CT, gets the Mr. Reliable, 180s, almost gets Sugoma, but doesn't quite finish the kill.
Yeah, Lon is playing out of his mind. Currently in 4 rounds, 8 kills. 3 above anybody else in the lobby. Mr. Reliable leading his team with 5. Kurt, the next on there, is going to be 2 kills. So we're really looking for those other players other than Mr. Reliable to be the ones helping with the frags. As a very spread out CSUDH team, I think they're trying to bait rotate here, as 3 players are moving up towards that B site.
Ray's just outside of the bathroom, just trying to make sure that no one's in these corners, as they do have bomb. They're trying to challenge this, but there's 2 shotguns outside of there, and they know who's there, so they're not going to rotate. Ray's leaving. One Mad Bad Dog takes out Kurt the Hooper on B site, and that's going to be a 5v3 as another pick happened on B site onto Arrow, and they have B site.
Yeah, Sugo with a long rotate. He's going to be going over towards Garden, the long B area, but Babe with a Vandal in hand is going to be looking to protect that elbow entry point as he sees 2 there, gets 1, almost gets another. There it is. Blue Light and Epic Evan go down, and it's going to be all up to Mr. Reliable. And how reliable can he be with a shorty in hand against 5 CSUDH players?
Reliable, not able to grab the first, even though he had a shorty and shot Game Bear in the head, he just didn't get the kill.
Yeah, it's very tough with the shorty in hand to get the damage that you really need to get.
100%. And as we start to cast the second game, I got to give props to my main man, Ethan Dolan, as I have no idea how he did 3 games in a row. I'm having trouble with number 2. We just started.
He did 3 of Valorant?
We did 3 League of Legends games in a row, which are arguably longer than Valorant.
Oh yeah, I'm worn out, man. We did 3 Rocket League games last night that only lasted 3 hours. I'm being told that League of Legends night lasted for 4, as Babe and the CSUDH team looking to make a play on B, picking up Blue Light there is Babe. Was gonna throw the molly down, but decides to get the capture orb as
Game Bear with a nice shoulder peek there onto Arrow and to Hookah, and they're gonna force out the rotate coming from A site, and then they're gonna go into A site because Bob was left outside A, which means Killjoy, who heard the teleport, is now gonna be able to get 1. Kurt the Hooper taking out 1 Mad Bad Dog, and now they're hunting for this bomb.
Babe looking to use his ultimate to get in there and take him out, able to do so as Sugoma picked up Epic Evan just before that, and Kurt goes down. And what an ultimate, because he tried to protect himself from Killjoy's ultimate there by using his, and was going to be able to get out before he was detained.
Yeah, and that would have been exactly what he needed to do, because whether or not that Killjoy ultimate goes down and hits him or not, he was guaranteed to be safe because he ulted from outside of that Killjoy ultimate.
Looking to go B again, but if you look, you've got Blue Light and Arrow looking to make a big push. His only pistols on the side of Tiffin, and unless something goes terribly wrong for CSUDH, it's going to be their round. Up in the headshot from Arrow onto 1 Mad Bad Dog after 1 Mad Bad Dog picks up Blue Light, and then Arrow gets taken out by, I believe, Babe.
As we're starting to see the rotate come out here, we've got 3 players flanking, and I think that none other than Lon heard that, but I'm not 1,000% sure, as he is still planting for those players behind him.
Spike planted.
Maybe a strategic move, but it's interesting that he planted for long when nobody from his team is there, as we see Kurt rounding a corner that Gambear is watching.
Kurt doesn't check Game Bear. Lon grabs 1 at Epic Evan, and there's one player long, and Lon grabs Mr. Reliable for the last kill there, and CSUDH goes up 6-1.
Yeah, Mr. Reliable in the early rounds, but so far, Tiffin has been fairly silent as we move forward. Babe and Lon both with 10 kills. Mr. Reliable with 5 on the other side of things, and Kurt following that up with 3. But if you're looking at your 2 top fraggers on each team, 10 kills each for CSUDH and 5 and 3 on the side of Tiffin. It's going to be a hard-fought battle if Tiffin wants to come back in this map.
We talked about this before the game, but this could be mostly due to the fact that the players aren't used to playing on this much of a ping difference, right? Like I said, these 2 schools don't really have a perfect server that sits in between them, and because of that, the average ping difference is 26, whether it's on the Texas server or on the Oregon server. And because of that, we're going to see in the next game probably the exact opposite that happened this game.
It could go that way, but at the same time, if Blue Light picking up 2 on Babe and 1 Mad Bad Dog, Shugoma trading him out, and it's going to be a 3v4. Never mind, make that a 4v1 as Arrow and Epic Evan pick up Gambear and Lon respectively.
Mr. Reliable grabbing the last kill on the site there, and you have a 2-6. And while the game is not that far away, this is a massive win so far in the first half, and CSUDH only 1 round away from guaranteeing a first half victory.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're on the attacking side. You're up 6-2. You're looking to make this as one-sided as possible. Blue Light trying to shut that down, getting 2 kills himself that round. Yeah, it's just, I mean, the whole team came alive for Tiff in that round. And hopefully they can continue that on, but full buys coming out from both teams. Lots of Vandals and 3 Phantoms in the whole map. As
Evan grabbing Raze, and then you see Babe grab Epic Evan in the retaliation. Mr. Reliable grabbing one mad bad dog because the ultimate did get off, and he was able to get the kill. Site, 3 players on site for both teams here. As we get to see Kurt's not going to check his score. He's going to get the bomb down. The Game Bear able to grab not only Mr. Reliable, but Kurt as well as a 2v2 again.
Game Bear and Babe going up against Blue Light and Arrow as Blue Light picks up Ganbear. And Babe sitting in lamps waiting for a play to happen. He has to be the one to get the spike and plant it or get the 2 kills if they are going to win the 7th round of the half. Tiffin looking to win their 2 rounds in a row for the first time. Arrow playing so patient outside of this entrance. Oh, but Babe is just too quick. Blue Light turning to look towards ramp. Sneaks out and able to pick up Babe there. And that's going to be 2 rounds in a row for Tiffin and 3 rounds on the half.
Babe unfortunately got caught on the corner and had no idea what was going on, but his crosshair placement was still looking towards Jet because he couldn't turn around to figure out how to get into U-Haul there, and because of that, Babe ends up losing the round to Blue Light, who ended up checking Babe and making sure that Babe did not get into U-Haul there.
As we head into round number 10, we are 3 rounds away from the half. And if you are Tiffin, obviously you want to win 3 in a row and get to 6. But what's a realistic win line here?
You know, honestly, 6-6 is possible, but Arrow grabbing Mad Bad Dog saying 6-6 isn't possible. It's going to happen. As that kill at the start of the half, or start of this round, shows that Tiffin is up 1, 5v4 advances right now.
Babe picking up Kurt on the other side of the thing. Now we're back at 4-4. Mon bringing out the Sova drone, trying to tag Epic Evan and Lamp. Epic Evan standing his ground, not able to make those shots happen. Ganbear taking out Mr. Reliable, and it's going to be a 4v3 in favor of CSUDH. Spike going down. Epic Evan trading out, trying to make it even, but Sugo Ma says no sir, taking out Epic Evan and Blue Light. Arrow finally picking up Sugo Ma, and it's going to be a 2v1. Arrow last alive with an operator in hand. Wall going up at what a wall, honestly. Babe putting up the wall. He has no idea where he is. He's trying to see where he's gonna peek. Oh, and it's just an off angle, a weird angle to come out of, but it works out for Ganbear and Babe. Currently sitting at 7-3 in favor of CSUDH.
Now, you said it before the last round. We didn't expect a 6-6, but Tiffin wanted a 6-6, and now that CSUDH has won this half, CSUDH has to win as many rounds as possible to give them an advantage. Both these comps are attacking-sided focus, and because of that, Tiffin University is looking forward to getting into this half as close to the tie as possible and allowing them to just run away with an attacking-sided team.
Yeah, at this point, both teams are attacking, as he just said, and CSUDH currently looking to attack B with those Legends as they're moving forward in both the hookah area and garden area. Blue Light picking up one Mad Bad Dog. Sugoma trading out for Arrow. Blue Light backing off, throwing a great smoke to shut down Ganbear with the operator. Moving forward is Sugoma picking up Blue Light with the ultimate, and what an ultimate as all 3 players moving through up to this elbow area. Epic Evan getting taken out by Ganbear after picking up Bev, excuse me.
Last round in the half.
And because of that, the last round is now an 8-3 advantage for CSUDH, pushing them ever so closer into getting an early victory in the next half. All they have to do is win this round and then 4 more in the next half, and they have this game.
I mean, they can do it. It only took them 5 rounds this half to win their first 4. So they're definitely a team to be reckoned with, as Ganbear still has the operator in hand, and the rest of CSUDH looking to push 3 players on the A site, but the 3 players on Tiffin all go bathrooms. Such an interesting play. They're about to move through the smoke. Kurt gets taken out by Sugoma. Trying to trade him out as Mr. Reliable, not able to do so. Yes, he was. Sugoma goes down. One Mad Bad Dog picks up Mr. Reliable, so it's going to be a 4v3 in favor of CSUDH still, but Epic Evan on site deciding to back off, not being able to trade out one Mad Bad Dog. Babe and Lon picking up Blue Light and Epic Evan, and it's all up to Arrow in the ultimate form. Is going to be moving through the defender's side on to A. That Molly from Babe, perfectly placed. Oh, what a headshot from Arrow. Picking up a second one as Arrow one Mad Bad Dog going down. And it's going to be a 2v1 on site and of Shore A. He's going to make the long rotation around green boxes. Tap the bomb, and Lon was just too quick for him. And what an effort there from Arrow.
Switching
and a good
sides.
try from Arrow too, as you saw that first kill come out, and it was a good, clean little flick on a Phoenix, but he knew he was close. He knew he had to be close because of how he threw the Molotov, and he didn't make any noise leaving from the Molotov, so Arrow was kind of looking for it in the pretenses. But CSUDH starts off this half 9-3, and while both comps are attacking sided, CSUDH feeling a lot better in their current position.
Yeah, Babe, 16 kills. Lon, 12 kills. And then you're looking at the other side. Once again, Mr. Reliable, 8. Arrow, 7. Literally the top fraggers. Babe is double the amount of kills as Mr. Reliable. It's so hard to come back from anything like that. Your whole team needs to be getting that 8 kills, which they are not. But that's the only way you come back from something like that. As they're looking to push bathrooms right now, that's going to be Mr. Reliable getting a headshot from the classic onto Babe. And the movement comes out from the side of CSUDH rotating. The only one left is going to be Sugoma as Spike gets picked up, and they're looking to move through short onto B with the rest of their team. The rotation comes back from Ganbear. 2 players for each defending side. Ganbear taking Epic Evan. Oh, Sugoma getting Kurt. Arrow picking up the last 2, the other 2, and it's gonna be a 3v2, and the rotation comes on where Arrow is currently hot and full of HP. 3 players for Tiffin. Spike going down. But CSUDH looking to make a pinch from both sides.
You start to see Omen coming to Hookah here. He's just waiting for Sova to let him know that he's getting on site, and both of them cleaning out the corners that they need to clean out. Sova touching in sight. Can't see anyone just yet. Looking for Omen. Omen hears a little bit of noise, and Lon just able to get the first kill. One Mad Bad Dog getting the second, and Arrow getting taken down. Blue Light One Mad Bad Dog, but Lon with the 10th round for CSUDH and grabbing this bomb. CSUDH in a great position here because they're going to be able to buy next round and hopefully buy the round after that, and that's going to put them in a position to be able to say, hey, we're going to clean up this game and move on to our next map at Haven and see you there.
And once again, I feel like I'm saying it constantly at this point. What an effort from Arrow. Taking out the 2, that opens up the B side to his team to rotate to, and then holding it for so long, just getting out-fragged.
And bless you on that sneeze, by the way. As we get into this next round here, we've got a little bit of a stack coming out in Hookah. As we get in here, Phoenix Babe is going to be putting his flash in. He should theoretically get 1 player, but he's still got his flash out. No one can get anything. He gets 1. He gets the flash on the Arrow. Arrow uses his E and gets out of there. And he's going to be looking for Babe. He grabs Babe. And because of that, Arrow Walking away with 2 kills and the flash actually being the reason in which both those players go down. Mr. Reliable grabbing one on site with Lon, and they're going to be planting Tiffin University controlling
Spike
site in
planted.
4v2 fashion.
Yeah, Ganbear and one Mad Bad Dog. The 2 current bottom fraggers of this CSUDH team, only 2 alive, but they are currently 10 kills, 7 kills, so they definitely have the fragging capabilities to take out this Tiffin team as they play together in elbow, and I really like that they're not giving an opportunity to trade. As the alarm bot comes out, they both back off. Spike is taking away the 4 players still on site as they're moving through elbow, deciding to back off for currently. They've just are waiting for exit frags as everybody's trying to get off site, and I don't know if Kurt is going to be able to get off in time. Yes, he is going to be able to escape just... Oh, no, he's not. I lied.
Epic Evan got off, but Kurt getting taken by a bomb there. Both teams in a position where they could force this round and be able to challenge the other team to make a better play.
Yeah, it's similar by so far, but I'm curious what Bave, Sugo, and Lon buy. Oh, Frenzies for 2 of them. Never mind, they're selling them back and getting reset with some armor.
It looks like both teams are going to be able to make sure that they can buy next round, except for the fact that Tiffin University's got 2 players who definitely will not be able to buy next round, with Mr. Reliable buying that Vandal.
Revealing area.
Well,
And
Matt
it
Bad Dog
doesn't
taking
work
the
out.
first kill with Mr. Reliable, and you said it doesn't work out. Big picks like that at the start of the round mean so much at the start of this after part.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, Blue Light able to pick that up. Wait, Blue Light already had one, didn't he?
No, Mr. Reliable bought the Vandal, but never picked it up. Blue Light ended up getting the Vandal from Mr. Reliable there instead of one Mad Bad Dog who never pushed up in order to grab it. And because of that, Tiffin University still has technically the gun advantage here.
Yeah, but at that point, the man advantage does go on the side of CSUD 8 as Tiffin's looking to make a play. One Mad Bad Dog with 2 kills of his own and a great blind onto Kurt the Hooper, who has to stay back and cannot push with his team. And then deciding to stay back as Blue Light as it's a 2v5 and almost picking up one Mad Bad Dog.
30
and
seconds
Blue Light
left.
taking out Bev, and I know one Mad Bad Dog is hunting for the 4K here. And there is Blue Light's just like a metronome, just having to look back and forth, back and forth.
Well, hearing a lot of people move around there. They're hunting for this Vandal.
One
They know he has the Vandal, and one Mad Bad Dog taking out the kill. Bullets is knowing it beforehand.
I don't know. I just see things and I say people's names, and you are very impressed every time I do it.
Granted, I do know we have spectator client, which means we can see everyone through walls.
Don't
Giving up
count.
Voltage's secret to let everyone know how we were so far ahead of the gameplay here, and making sure that CSUDH has just won their 11th round. They're going to be able to buy this round as well, which they didn't do because they want to make sure that they take away as many guns as possible without losing their money for this round. And because of that, if Tiffin University loses this round, they probably won't be able to come back in time to be able to challenge CSUDH.
Kurt getting taken out by Sugoma there, and the full push through... Yeah, the full push through B Gardens. It works out for one person. Oh, Babe is there to pick up 2, possibly picks up 1. Not able to pick up the second one. Epic Evan takes him out, and Sugoma picks up Epic Evan in return. And it's going to be a 3v2 in favor of CSUDH. And right now, Tiffin is looking to try to get to that spike, but Blue Light and Mr. Reliable have to play together if they have a chance at winning this round and continuing to keep their guns. Sugoma and Lon both picked up a Phantom Ganbear with the Stinger, and nobody knows that Spike is down.
Unfortunately for the defender side, they never ended up checking that corner enough, but it's going to be enough just to make sure that Blue Light and Mr. Reliable check every corner as they're getting out here, because they know Sova through that area there.
30 seconds left.
Players were around there, and because of that, they're going to spend a lot more time outside of sight than inside.
Great smoke.
Because of what's going on. As we see smoke come onto A, as Voltage points out, they're going to think a little bit more towards A, but Raze isn't having it today. She's going to be rotating over to B just in time to see both players as 10 seconds left.
Last player standing.
One goes down.
10
That was a
seconds
player
left.
without bomb, which means bomb's going to get planted. Blue light getting long as we see 2v1 right now. Nate comes out. Sugamo gets the kill before bomb gets down. And Tiffin University in a really bad position going into this last round.
Match point.
Yeah, Sugama with possibly the biggest brain play we've ever seen. As smoke goes onto your site and you decide to leave.
Unfortunately for him, he did end up making the right decision. So that is not the world. Fortunately for him, he did end up making the right decision as he guessed right as knowing what was going on and how that would be played. Because there wasn't a smoke on B, there was only a smoke on A. So he's trying to guess where they were going if they were going to fake it out. 4 to 12.
Get out of my way.
We're seeing the massive amount of force buy from this Tiffin University. Actually, Blue Light just playing his ultimate, hoping that the ultimate's enough to show that he can win this round without any problem.
Yeah. 3 players from CSUD 8 sitting on B or outside of B. Teleport comes in, but the action is at A. Miss Reliable goes down to the hands of one mad bad dog. That's going to be the first kill in the round. Second kill in the round. Dude, so much things is happening as Supermom picks up Kurt. Arrow goes down and one mad bad dog. And it's all up to Blue Light. And I feel like I keep saying that. So often, more often than not, it's up to Blue Light to clutch these situations, and it's not going to be enough as Dan Bear picks up the final kill, and the scoreline is going to be 13-4.
Fast round there, but as we said, the attacking team, whoever attacking team there with those comps first, was definitely going to be taking a lot more of the early rounds in the first half there, and because of that, all we see is in the second half there, Blue Light with a couple good rounds, but not enough to bring his team to the winning victory. And as we go into the second map here, we will be taking a short 5-minute break here, making sure that everyone is ready, and then we got a quick break here. So I will see you guys all in the next game shortly.
No mail today, maybe tomorrow.
welcome back as we're about to get into the second game with Haven. What are you seeing? What does Tiffin need to do in order to win this next map?
Pick a couple more Sentinels. I really don't know, because at that point they were just on both sides. They were fairly outmatched. I mean, just really focus on your gunfights and really control your engagements is my honest opinion.
I think that's very accurate due to the fact that the teams weren't very viable for the defensive half. Because of that, when CSUDH started on the attacking half, they had so much more opportunity to run away with the game early than Tiffin ever did, which is very, very accurate. As we're starting to get into picks and bans here, we're going to see what both teams do and how they react to the first game and how that ended up working.
Yeah, Haven is going to be the site with the map with 3 different sites, excuse me. So you're really going to almost want a lot more, you're going to want a lot more defense, but at the same time, CSUDH showed no signs of struggle with 2. I don't think that they're going to have that much of an issue with 3.
In all honesty, we're seeing a lot of different things come out here, as we've got already Blue Light going back onto the Jet, and Game Bear also back onto the Jet. So we know that those 2 are going to happen, but Lon and Babe kind of sitting on some different things here. Lon is on Omen now, Babe back on the Phoenix. But we do see kind of what Tiffin University on the defensive half here is doing, which is very, very similar to the last half, with some slight changes. Mr. Reliable on Omen, Epic Evan on Brim. So lots and lots and lots of smokes coming out here with Brim and Omen and Jet. Lots of different eyesight blocking. We've got Kurt the Hooper back onto Killjoy, and Arrow is going to be going back onto Reyna. So we're going to see kind of similar, kind of different. Now we're seeing some picks come out from CSUDH here. So we got Sugama onto Sova here. And we've also got one Mad Bad
Select
Dog
your
coming
agent.
up on Sage. So we're seeing a lot more defensive play, a lot more different styles, and both teams going to challenge each other with a totally different look on this game.
Oh, absolutely. It's going, well, the only change on the side of Tiffin is Epic Evan going over to Breach, correct?
No, I think that oh no, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I think Mr. Reliable was on the Omen there. So while Tiffin doesn't have much difference, but that raise to Brim is a lot slower gameplay, and that does slow things down a ton for not only them but also the other team.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I really think it's a smart play. Is if you're able to get so many smokes when you know they're pushing down, especially around the A site where it's got multiple entries from the defender spawn or from the attacking spawn. If you're able to slow them down, make them go through smokes or wait and give your team time to rotate, I think that's a smart change there. I would love to see, maybe a Cypher or a Sage come out from them a little bit more defensive, but I think it's a smart play in the end.
As we start to get into this first round here, we're seeing the attacking team from CSUDH start to lane way over to C. So a C split here. We've got Game Bear and Phoenix going to be going into Garage, and we've got Sage as well as Omen and their Sova go into long here, and they're already getting information, knowing that they're on site. Game Bear going to be pushing right up into window here, as C-Site was handedly given over without a single death. Game Bear going to be able to see one, getting that first kill,
Spike planted.
making sure that the game starts off in the right direction for CSUDH, and getting the heal from Sage. Great little play from Sage there with that wall.
Yeah, it's a smart position he set himself up in afterwards also. He's not holding the aggressive angle. He's going to make them peek out and rotate around to him. Picking up one and a second one, and that's going to be all 3 kills so far.
One player
Going to be
remaining.
taking him Lon, picking up one for himself, and it's all up to Mr. Reliable and the Omen from Tiffin. Not able to pick it up, not able to finish it off, and it's going to be 4 kills in favor of CSUDH.
CSUDH starting exactly the same as not only last half, but the half before that, winning the pistol round. And we said this in week 7 or week 8, I can't remember which one they were on stream for, but CSUDH didn't win pistol rounds. They learned, they practiced, and they really developed learning pistol rounds because they needed to in order to win that game on stream.
Yeah, Gambear really setting them up for success with those 3 kills of his own over in Garage. But this round, they are looking to be more courtyard and look towards that B site, as we've got several players outside of that window there.
Revealing area.
No one really making the first mistake. No one getting seen out by that arrow, and because of that, one mad bad dog's not gonna know that just in front of him, but still getting the kill. Bad dog, Dave, the damage really. Dave grabbing one in C link there, looking for the second, and he's gonna be able to grab it on arrow. It's a 5v2 in the advantage of TDS UDH.
Yeah, it's all up to Kurt. And Mr. Reliable. Mr. Reliable goes down at the hands of Lon, and it's gonna be a 1v5 against Kurt. And this is an unwinnable battle after playing your hand and knifing the wall. Almost better to go around there, but then you would have been meeting an aggressive Sage and one mad bad dog.
And then just unfortunately in the first 2 rounds, Tiffin going down again, and because of that, CSUDH having not only the advantage in money, but also the advantage in buys here, as they're up a gun, and they've been, CSUDH buying 1 Vandal and 4 Stingers, up almost $10,000 on the side of CSUDH for next round, buying for next round as well, making sure that even if they lose this round, they can still challenge next round. Game there taking out Arrow, and because of that, they're starting off the right way too.
Yeah, but he took a lot of damage there. Mr. Reliable and Blue Light each getting a kill on one mad bad dog and Babe. And it's going to be a 4v3 first time. Tiffin has had a kill advantage in this game, and it's their round to take. And I believe last game, they took round number 3 as well. Lon is moving up, smoking off Heaven, and then trying to work around this Omen smoke set by Mr. Reliable. And it's a 3v4 at this point, as Arrow's the only one down on the side of Tiffin. Spike being planted, Kurt going up in Heaven. Low health is Mr. Reliable peeking the A site from defender side. Lon sitting in the very close corner. All three of the players are there. Entering sight. They're not going to know he's here as he picks up a 3. Lon, what an angle and what a spray to take out the last 3 remaining players of Tiffin and snatching that victory out of their hands.
Because of that, Lon, Game Bear, and Sugama gets a pick of whatever guns were on the ground there. And now, not only are they up a ton of money, but also, they didn't have to spend that much money on the 2 players that died. So, in this save round coming up from Tiffin University, CSUDH holding a really strong hand here and being able to challenge this game into not only 4 rounds, but probably 5 rounds too.
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably going to be 5-0 before we see Tiffin have a real chance at taking a round away, as we've got the spike going towards Long C. 2 players in garage. Nobody down yet. No damage traded. Everybody playing a little cautiously as Babe takes out her. Takes about a quarter of its health away and uses ultimate. Gambear taking out Blue Light and Arrow in garage, and the bomb for the spike is being pushed up. Epic Evan taking out Gambear. Bev trading him out, and it's all up to once again Mr. Reliable.
And the last time we saw Mr. Reliable on stream, he was able to clutch up a lot of rounds here, but he's just not able to clutch up this round, as he was on a save round, and one mad bad dog was playing all the way into garage there.
Yeah, I definitely remember saying several times he's reliably kept clutching up these rounds. But at this point, he's not going up against 1 or 2 players. It's the 4 or 5 or possibly 3 in the best case scenario for him. And it's just so hard to take that many players out in a row.
And because of this and how this game's going so far, while both teams are going to be on a full bye here, Tiffin University really needs this round to get back into the swing of things and hopefully challenging for this half.
CSUDH is doing what has worked for them in the past. Lon picking up Blue Light there, going out of Sniper's Nest into Courtyard and just asserting their dominance onto B, not caring about Epic Evans' smoke. They just walk straight through it. Spike being planted by one mad bad dog. Arrow taking out Lon after Ganbear took out Mr. Reliable, and it's a 3v4 situation. Tiffin down a man, make that tied as Epic Evan takes out Bev, but Kurt, low health. Epic Evan with just a little bit of health gone, going up against one mad bad dog on B. Arrow taking out Ganbear, and Tiffin once again with the advantage. As I say that, they take out 2, and it's a Epic Evan going up against Sugoma and 1 Mad Bad Dog.
One player standing.
Epic Evan getting the kill.
Grabbing the kill there on one Mad Bad Dog, but Sugama playing so far back in mid that Epic Evan's not going to be able to grab the kill no matter what. Sugama grabs that kill, and it's 5-0 in the favor of TSUDH. Something I'd like to point out for that round. One Mad Bad Dog playing like a rat on that B site and absolutely just showing a good amount of presence, grabbing a good kill there onto that B site onto Kurt, but just not able to get the second kill on Epic Evan.
Yeah, wouldn't you be playing like a dog?
Oh. I mean, well,
Fair enough.
Rest stays alive longer, so.
Fair enough. Either way. Thought it was a missed opportunity. That is all, and the CSUDH team is set up to go towards that A site, but we've got Ganbear setting over long C, smoking it off, making them second guess. Snipers was smoked, but Mr. Reliable gets the information in everybody but Kurt. Now Kurt is making his move over from C to A. Mr. Reliable picking up Babe.
Along with the TP into heaven, as we start to see a little bit of a slowdown here come out. Nothing really happening, and Arrow grabbing Londo in that heaven area. As we saw before, no one really knew that he went up there until they checked that corner. And we've got a 5v3 for the first time in the favor of Tiffin University here.
Yeah, and I see right now 1 Mad Bad Dog sprinting across, trying to make it see before anybody else does, as Ganbear is making it annoying for Tiffin. We're back to a 3v3. Mr. Reliable with low health. Ganbear is
planted.
A little health gone, and Blue Light with a little more than that gone, but it's going to be a slight advantage for CSUDH as Tiffin has to get off of that C site, rotate over, or sorry, off of the A site, rotate all the way over. Ganbear trying to look through, and he rotates through B. Everybody went through spawn, and they're all going to be stacked up, and this is 1 Mad Bad Dog's chance to push out and get him, but Ganbear tries to take the opportunity first, gets Arrow. Blue Light trades him out. He sees the smoke go right past. He knows somebody's pushing. Traded. 1 Mad Bad Dog takes out Mr. Reliable, and then Blue Light takes him out. Blue Light taps the spike and doesn't get far enough away. 10 HP and no time left. That's going to be 6 rounds in a row for CSUDH.
This time, however, Blue Light's staying alive, and while they won't have a bye next round, they will be having a ton of money in their favor to be able to challenge this round in just enough ways to make CSUDH's life mad. However, CSUDH, almost everyone on their team able to buy for the next 3 rounds, even if everyone goes down.
Right, if nobody gets a kill and everybody goes down, they'll be able to buy for the, the next 2, as you said. But Blue Light not getting as much money back because he did stay alive and didn't die from that spike explosion.
Yes, with the new update and the new patch with how money's working now, saving is almost more, I want to say, less reliable in some cases because of how someone deployed all the way pushed up, able to turn around and grab one Mad Bad Dog, grabbing 2 on a curtain arrow, and even though Blue Light was almost all the way behind him, it's not going to matter. As you can see now, Blue Light with their massive shoulder peek on a game.
That was a fantastic kill from 1 Mad Bad Dog to pick up 2. And then Blue Light picked up, I believe Blue Light picked up Ganbear there in Garage. It's going to be a 3v3 situation. Blue Light picking up his 3rd of the round, but 1 Mad Bad Dog picking up Ganbear here. Ganbear, current kill leader, and it's going to be Epic Evan. And Mr. Reliable going up against 1 Mad Bad Dog and Ganbear picking up 1 kill. 1 Mad Bad Dog finishing off Epic Evan there, and it's going to be a 7-0 victory in favor of CSUDH. And at this point, Tiffin needs to start the comeback now.
We said this last game, we thought this would be the same thing in this game, but the ping is just not the difference that you thought it would be. As in last game, about the same difference in ping with the same spikes. I've been checking it all game to make sure it's about the same. Only Ganbear, I'll notice this again, only Ganbear having an average ping of 56, and that's probably why he's still fragging out like he was last game. But the rest of TSUH just making sure they do their job, get spiked down, and continually win these sites, and because of that, they're winning even though their ping is almost 40 higher on average. Mountain Mad Bad Dog picking up blue light here, and Arrow trading that out with another kill in garage. Totally different areas of the map, but still trading out the kill. And there we go.
Gambear waiting outside of B for the smoke and the molly to go away. No movement yet, but he may catch Arrow off guard. Epic Evan is there, but Mr. Reliable picking up 2, and one Mad Bad Dog and Sugoma going down. It's going to be a 2v4 situation. Backing up is going to be Lon. One Mad Bad Dog's about to challenge.
One
Last
enemy
player
remaining.
All up to Gambear. Epic Evan just gets
so
to him
tough
first,
after all.
and that's going to be the 7-1. Still in favor of CSUDH, but Tiffin finally got a round on the board.
Much like the game that we saw between Hood College and Sacramento State earlier, the first round win coming into the currently losing team came in so far into the half, it doesn't make sense. So Tiffin University, going into this half, going into the rest of the half, they need to be consistently winning, and not only consistently winning, they need to be consistently shutting down the standout players of one Mad Bad Dog and Gambear right now.
Yeah, one Mad Bad Dog is really just getting the clutch kills, and Gambear's doing what we were so impressed with. I can't even remember his name from last game at the end. I'm drawing a blank.
On long and short here, short here. As he's not going to see the Gambear grabbing him. Gambear grabs not only 1 but 2. As gets Arrow as well. Bane gets blue light. And CCH not phased by the first round
You
here.
should run.
We're going to be using his
Spike
ult
planted.
4v2. As Phoenix ulting in, trying to find that kill, but can't.
One player standing.
So Sugoma grabbing that kill. He's also going to be grabbing a lockdown. Epic Evan not there to support it. And because of that, the 1v4 situation with Epic Evan. But he doesn't get another one Mad Bad Dog has his back.
Chat is calling the 13-0 and then change their mind to the 13-1. I don't think that's how it works, guys. You can't just sit here and change it because the team lost. Stick with it. Maybe they'll take one away somehow.
As we get into this half and as we get into this game, Tiffin University only able to win 4 rounds if they win the next 3 consistently, but they don't have a bye to be able to consistently win all these rounds. And I'm just starting to worry for Tiffin University.
Gambear with an operator, long C, trying to find a kill. Almost C. Who would that be? Kurt, sorry. Thank you. Blue light taking out Bave. The only kill of the round so far. Tries to go for the ultimate orb, decides not to, interestingly enough, as the rest of the team is battling over near the B site, near garage. Backing up is going to be Sugoma, deciding not to take the fight against Arrow in the B site. And all the way up into garage with no defense around is going to be Lon.
His Voltage is putting more emphasis on a quiet period than he needs to.
That's all I do. That's what I know.
He's so excited with this game that you just have to enjoy it. You just have to enjoy the anticipation of a next frag. Sage working her way up that A main area. We're starting to see a little bit of a more defensive period come out from both teams here as they don't want to give up any information. But Brim, he heard the bot go out to Lawn there in garage. Lawn making more noise than he ever should.
Not kill my allies. 30 seconds
One
left.
Mad Bad Dog resing Bev. Grabbing a kill on Blue, Lawn trading that out. Arrow grabbing 2 on both Lawn and Bev. Or sorry, one Mad Bad Dog and Bev. And because of that, we're back in the same situation we were before. A 3v3 situation. Where CSUDH has a less health advantage. And Bomb's been planting. But Lawn, 17 HP on site. He's going to be able to see Epic Evan here as soon as he's shoulder. Not doing it quite yet.
The hunt begins.
Epic Evan puts down the stem, allowing the team to have higher.
You don't even need to talk. The round's over, dude. That round, then the push on the site there with what happened just ended. Bolts is trying to call it a sneaky little play of the game. He's leaning back and scared the round's over.
I was just told I'm too excited. Stop talking. The round's over. I'm here to relax and watch this 8-2 lead that CSUDH has, and just it's a quiet time. I need to slow down.
as we're getting in here, the 8-2 victory, and we start to see something that we were looking for all game last game in Mr. Reliable, and both just said it earlier. He used to be calling that Mr. Reliable as reliable in clutch situations, but right there, he's showing off what he could have been doing all game last game, and he just wasn't doing.
As CSUDH is moving on to the site, no kills, or a kill coming out on to Mr. Reliable from One Bad Dog. As I predicted, Lon was the one that went down. Gambear watching from behind. Blue light gets taken out. Arrow picked up Sugo Ma. It's gonna be a 3v3 after spike situation. Oh, and what a slow up top, but Arrow too quick for Gambear as he's throwing the smoke. 2v3 situation, and Kurt's stuck outside behind the wall. Wall is broken. He's shooting more than he needs to. Bev and One Mad Bad Dog on one. One Mad Bad Dog gets taken out, and it's all up to Bev moving through the wall, picking up the final 2 kills, making it a 9-2 win. So far, we got one more round in the
round in the hash.
And Voltage said it. Bev with the wall and just playing around that so cleanly, and just manipulating both of the enemies in order to allow them to take 1v1s in which Bev had the advantage. And because of that, Bev walks out with the round and is able to continue this streak for CSUDH.
Mr. Caleb Glube. Chat is calling us out. It's going to be pronounced Baby.
Jack calling out Baby, but he told me before the game it's Bev. I don't know what to think now, as both options are very cool. Baby, I'm gonna call it from now on. But although 2 kills coming out, one from One Mad Bad Dog and one from none other than Game Bear, allowing this round to continue on as we start to see an A push come out here.
Yeah, Blue Light and Mr. Reliable going down in this 9-2 situation, trying to keep it from getting to 9-10. Spike going down and the rotation coming out, but Lon is waiting in spawn. He's gonna catch out 2 great. There it is. I was waiting for it, and the flawless victory for round number 12. And they only need 3 to win.
Switching sides.
Well, I'm teleporting behind Tiffin University. Tiffin not checking their corners after they hear the O&O. And Lon just able to grab not 1, but 2 kills, as Volts just said.
Mr. Producer Man, chat is asking for a Sugo Ma perspective, so I'm going to hop on with him and see how he starts.
Sugoma not doing as good as he was last game, only 3 and 5, but doing exactly what he needs to do on Sova, getting more information for his team. And because of that, and because of the challenge so far and being where he has been, he's just been caught out in a couple cases, especially on the attacking half. He's just caught out by different plays from Tiffin University, which is why he's the only player on his team not positive.
Yeah, at this point, Sugoma has to rotate quickly as CSUDH is moving over to protect the A site. Never mind, they give it up. Tiffin gets onto site. One Mad Bad Dog going down to the hands of Mr. Reliable here in the even tie here. Mr. Reliable picks up Gambear. Sugoma and Bev pick up their own. Blue Light and Kurt go down. Baby picking up Epic Evan. Sugoma trying to find the final kill so he could get on the board for the second half. Shock darts and recon bolts up top, but Lon picks up Mr. Reliable to finish it off.
For the 11th round for CSUDH, Tiffin needs to force here. This is the first round after pistol round. By the way, CSUDH going 4-0 on pistol rounds after going 0-4 on pistol rounds the last time they've been streamed. Big change for CSUDH there. But Tiffin University needs to force in this pistol round because of the fact that this game is pretty much over if they go down by not only 9 rounds, but 10 rounds.
Yeah, both teams forcing, knowing the importance of this round. CSUDH wins this. It is almost a win all alone. Sugoma picking up the recon bolt information. Blue Light 1 HP, 1 Mad Bad Dog. Lon getting Kurt in that situation there in mid. They're moving over towards that garage area from Courtyard. Epic Evan taking out Bay V after Bay V took out Blue Light here. Mr. Reliable picking up Lawn, and it's up to Sugo Ma and Lawn Bear. Or
One
Dan
player
Bear,
remaining.
excuse me. Sugo Ma picking up 2 kills. And it's going to be all up to Mr. Reliable trying to blind, not enough. And that is pretty much all she wrote, unless the most amazing pistol round comes out
Match
from
point.
Tiffin University.
Sugoma just with the dodge on that flash there and just allowing himself to be able to make sure that he guarantees the kill on Omen there. And as we get into this, it is a 12-2 15th round in the game, and CSUDH showing that while they might be 2 and 3 in this match, CSUDH showing that they can just control and continue controlling this game.
Absolutely, as we see a setup for the A site, but Kurt with the spike moving through Courtyard, trying to get seen by that recon bolt from Sugoma. Gambear picking up Mr. Reliable. Epic Evan trading a kill for Bay V, and that's going to be a 4-4 as they are still back tree area outside of sewers, outside of A entrance. Not sure what to do at this point as they've got everybody rotate off sites. Now the rotate comes back in. Gambear
player
picking up
remaining.
Kurt and Blue Light, and it's all up to Arrow in a 1v3 situation, taking out Gambear as Arrow. And it's going to be a tough fought battle, but if anybody can do it, it's going to be Arrow, as he's going to get hit by that recon bolt. Oh, and the headshot coming on Sugoma, not enough,
Defenders
and that
win.
is going to be a 13-2 victory for CSUDH. Let me set up real quick.
CSUDH voltage relaxing after that match. And CSUDH is showing just a really, really consistent game. And I love to see just how they do against Sacramento State. As we heard before, they practice each other a lot. They're very close in proximity, and because of that, they know each other really well. So you might see a lot of really wonky plays come out of that match, just due to the fact that CSUDH and Tiffin know each other so well.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be a very fun match to watch on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, if I'm correct. Let me double check that before. Yeah, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
As we're looking to try and get one mad. Ooh, that might have been weird timing because they had just left the game. As we're looking to try and either get one mad bag dog or probably someone
Bay V.
else. Bay
V
actually,
stepped it
that was
up.
a really good step up as well. So both players here, really both players, in which we could get to talk to. But Voltage, what was your breakdown? What do you really think happened during that game?
I mean, in the end, Tiffin just had no response for anything the CSUDH did. It was a very one-sided and rotation and team play and gun skill and decision making. It wasn't, unfortunately, it wasn't close. And to be the number 2 seed going up against the number 3 seed, that just shows you the difference in skill between the 1 and 2 spots going up against each other on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's just the skill difference in this league is quite incredible, and the ability to take these top spots is very impressive.
As we're starting to see some messages come out from Twitch chat, Sac State better start digging because they're about to be buried. CSUD is throwing some salt into that fire so far, making sure that it can pop up, as we really don't know what is going to happen. Looking to bring in Baby. He hasn't responded to his Discord messages, so if anyone sees him in the next 10 seconds, you want to tell him to check his Discord.
I just realized CSUDH Rocket League finals in the championship or in the Challenger division, and now the Valorant championship.
As Game Bear's in chat, so Game Bear can actually hear us. Hopefully we can bring in both, because I will love to hear a conversation with both One Mad Bad Dog and Dave, because or Dave V, sorry. Now that the update, both players played really well today, so I'm just gonna.
Can we bring Game Bear in here, because he is in the finals for both of those teams?
Do you want to just do all of CSUDH? We just do the same thing we did last time.
Get him in here.
Get him in here. Interview with
Get him
CSUDH.
in here.
Yeah. Let's Let's. I haven't heard anything from CSU yet, so I don't want to pull them all in here before they verify that they can do that. So let me just.
Somebody ping Caleb and tell them that you're down because that's going to be a lot of fun. So in the end, it was both semifinals go 2-0. Sacramento State winning over Hood, and then CSUDH taking out Tiffin. Those are going to be your teams for the finals. And obviously, I know how this chat is going to pick for the finals. But on Friday, we will put out a vote and see how y'all are feeling about it early game.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to be bringing in the full CSUH team here. So I'm just going to let you know that Babe is going to be standing up for a second. He needs to go do something real quick. But other than that, we should be able to get the full CSUH team in here. So give me 1 second to move them in. I need a full screen Discord. It's too small. Move to CFT Voice. So we start bringing CSUH here. Voltage. Who are we talking to first here? Who's the first question? Who deserves the first question here?
I don't know. I want to start with Ganbear because he is honestly the one that I'm most curious in the championship for both Valorant and Rocket League. My 2 games that I cast. I'm going to be saying his name a lot this week as I already have been. Ganbear, like, how do you feel about being in the championship for 2 different games? Like, how often are you not going to class?
I still go to class all the time, and I work a regular job, and I also coach track and field. But I just work my schedule around everything to make sure that I can do everything.
So, on top of the fact that you're in 2 championship titles, you coach and you go to classes and you. What else was that last one? There was
I
another one.
work.
You work full time or part
No,
time?
part-time,
Part-time,
thankfully.
okay.
Because full-time, oh man, I wouldn't be sleeping.
All I do is work full time and cast, and I can't get out of Iron and Valorant and then Diamond and Rocket League. I don't know how you do it, but congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So, just want to point something out as we get into this. We have a bunch of different gameplay coming out from CSUDH, but you guys were all really dominant throughout not only the first half of the game, but the second half of the game as well. And both maps on both Bind and Haven, you just guys showed up and said, hey, here's what's going on. Here's how we go about this. What was your kind of thought process going into this series?
Our thought process going into the series was just to, stay confident and stick to our strats. We wanted to switch it up, and we did that.
Yeah, even like after the first match, I even brought it up to the team. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's definitely like switch it up, like for the strats, especially on attack, just to throw the other team off. And it honestly ended up paying off.
So I have to ask you, on that first map, Bind, why did you go with such a offensive minded composition with not only 3 damage characters, but also no sentinels, first of all, and really only kind of some information on that back end? What was the kind of thought process going into Bind?
On Bind, we were starting attack, so we decided we'll hit them hard and see if it works out. There's enough stall to be done without sentinels, and especially with the new patch happening, I don't know. They're still very useful. You might see a sentinel come out of us, but whatever.
As long as we brought a good enough lead in the offense, we knew we could probably take over defense and finish off victorious.
Yeah, we honestly played for the momentum there.
And for those of you that don't know what Baby is talking about, Sentinels after death now are basically useless with how much and how little their utilities that used to be on all the time are now used after death. So if a Killjoy or a Cypher goes down, they're effectively disabled for the rest of that round. So just wanted to point that out. Baby. Is it Bave or Bavey?
That was my next
question.
question.
Have that conversation with Jazz.
It's whichever. I don't know. I don't really care.
In the
Short and sweet.
championship match, what are we calling you?
Baby.
Other than the winner. Okay.
I like Baby. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Going up against Sac State, we had the conversation with Sac State, but you guys have practiced against each other a lot, especially being both CSU schools. What are you guys looking to do against Sac State, or how are you looking to approach that match?
We'll approach it the same way we approach this. We don't want to give away any of our secrets, right? That wouldn't be right to do. But you'll see.
I like it. Very smart, very in tune with what's going on. Sac State might be watching for any hints of what's going on in the next match. Well, I wish you guys best of luck and enjoy your win while it lasts, because Sacramento State is not going to go without a fight here in the championships.
Yeah,
Well, we
y'all's
aren't either.
only lost. Sorry. But yeah, y'all's only lost. Did y'all learn a lot from that? Because they said that y'all scrim quite often. Is that just kind of another game against them, or was that something that y'all were able to gain some knowledge that they don't show during the scrims?
I think it was it was a mixture of a couple things. It was definitely a game against them, but like you learn from every game that you play. I think all of us have gotten a lot better since that last time we played in NECC. All of our matches against them are always pretty close, so I'm excited for it. What do you guys think?
I think we're gonna go in and we'll know what to do from these past few matches, especially after that loss. We'll know.
Well, very good. Thank you guys for coming in here and talking to us, and good luck in your match on Friday. We'll be very excited to see how y'all bring the heat as y'all did in this first game. If y'all do something similar, or what tactics y'all use, because you're definitely the team that is trying the most interesting stuff in my mind.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck today, guys, on Friday, and enjoy your win. Because like I said, Sacramento State is not going to let you go down without a fight. But thank you for jumping in the interview, and have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Peace.
So as we finish up for tonight here, we finish up with that noise that just made for me. That was very cool. Discord notifications, chat. As we finish up here tonight, as we finish up with our games of Valorant tonight, my big note is we're going to have an amazing CSU versus CSU. Obviously, switching the last little characters there, but California State Universities going up against each other. And I'm really just excited to see what they really throw at each other, because I think it'll be some really changed, like kind of almost deformed compositions. Not what you see in the pro scene, but definitely what you see against each other, because they know how to play against each other.
Right, they're going to be trying to mix it up and throw something at them that they aren't expecting, because like we said a couple times, they scrim against each other, they said, quite often. So I think they're going to be really using this as an opportunity to change things up that they've tried in maybe games against other people that they haven't really shown yet.
And if you think they aren't watching the VODs from today, you're wrong, because they are going to be going over these VODs in the next 2 days, making sure that they're not only prepared for the team that they're going to face, but that they're running down everything that they possibly can for all the possibilities. And like you said, we saw a bunch of different compositions and different plays from CSUDH today, which means Sacramento State is going to be looking at this saying, hey, they've done a lot of their strats here today on Bind and Haven, so we could probably use that to advantage, or choose to ban out one of those maps, because we know how strong, especially Haven, how strong they are against a 3-seeded team in the NECC.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be very interesting on how they play this. Make sure, as we keep saying, Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I will be here. Caleb, you're casting with me, and Jaren will also be here for the championship, correct?
I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to look. But thank you guys all for jumping in today. As our producer says, and I'll be here. Thank you guys all for jumping in today. I want to just quickly thank our sponsors, ESTV, Helix, HyperX, MetaPro Gaming, Really.io or IO, sorry. Really.ai, sorry, that's the one it is. Really, and as well as just everyone from the NECC for making today possible. And thank you, Voltage, for jumping on the cast today.
Hey, thanks for carrying me through this every 1,000 mess ups I've had today, but we had fun. It was enjoyable, and I'm excited about Friday night.
I'm enjoying myself, and I hope you are too. Thank you, chat, for being a part of this today, and we'll see you all in the next one.